There, I'm Megan and I go by Solar Glow Meditations. Tonight we're going to have a dowsing rod session where I will be answering questions that you guys have asked me. So if you guys have questions you want me to ask in these videos, if you could submit them to the link in the Google form document in the description box below, it would help me a ton. My backlog right now is about 18,000 questions, and so far I think we're about to 30,000 questions having been asked. So that's a ton of questions and I don't have time to go through all the comments to answer all of those or grab them. So yeah, let's see, other things before we get started. The future is not set in stone. Free will exists and you can change the future by changing what your actions you take. So please take future predictions with a grain of salt. Also, I am not a medical professional. Please take medical questions with a grain of salt. Make sure you talk to your doctor before making any decisions and use your discernment. As well as with discernment, this is a new one. I ask a lot of questions in here. Not every answer is going to resonate with you, and that's okay. This doesn't have to be an absolute truth. It is not. In fact, I don't necessarily believe all of the answers that come through. And a lot of times things can be missing context around questions, or perhaps it's like a mostly right answer questions, or yeah, perhaps please take these things with a grain of salt and leave what doesn't resonate with you behind. So other things, last thing, I swear, get all the admin stuff out of the way. I have set up memberships on my channel, so if you guys want to gain access to these videos early, you can join for a fee for a month, or for however long you so choose to. Videos are typically released on Sundays, and then for the early access members, and then the rest of the general public on Tuesdays and Thursdays. Yeah, I think that's it. So let's get into the fun stuff and get to the questions. If you're with me and willing to answer some questions, could you cross the rods for yes? Thank you. Could you open wide for no? Thank you. Could you point to the direction of your energy? Thank you. Is this Archangel Michael today? No. Interesting. Thank you. Is this an Ascended Master? Like a slow yes today. Thank you. Is this Merlin? Yes, thank you. Hey Merlin, good to see you. Have you been absent for a while because you've been recovering from these sessions? No, thank you. Have you been gone for a while just because other entities came forward before? Yes, thank you. Alrighty, well, let's get into the questions. Is the beginning of wisdom fear? No, thank you. Is the fulfillment of wisdom perfect love? No answer. Is that both yes and no? Yes, thank you. Did John misunderstand some of Jesus's teachings? Kind of like a half no. Do you know the answer to that question? No, thank you. Are people with Down syndrome angels in human form? Yes, thank you. Is there a reason we forget who we are while on Earth? Yes, thank you. Does that reason have to do with the physical limits of the body? Yes, thank you. If there were no physical limits, would we remember more? Yes, thank you. Is the theory of the Anunnaki true that we got our DNA from snakes when aliens visited us? No, thank you. Is the book Alien Interview by Lawrence Spencer accurate? Yes, thank you. Is a feather a message from spirit? Yes, thank you. Do women release trauma through period blood? No answer, thank you. Can women release trauma through period blood? Yes, thank you. Does it automatically happen every month? No, thank you. Is love the highest frequency? Yes, thank you. Is Fox News reporting mostly truthful? No, thank you. Is CNN reporting mostly truthful? No, thank you. How about ABC? Is ABC News reporting mostly truthful? No, thank you. Is there any major news network that is mostly truthful in their reporting? No answer. Is that because the definition of major news source is ambiguous? Yes, thank you. Do all moms have the mother instinct? No, thank you. Does that mean that they shouldn't be mothers? No, thank you. Does that mean they just need to figure out another way to utilize their strengths in motherhood? Yes, thank you. Was Michelle Obama born a man? No, thank you. Can you live with...
Guys, I am so sorry. I have been downstairs while this has been playing, but I still have my Bluetooth headphones in. What the fuck is wrong with this lady?
spiritual life without meditation? Yes, thank you. Is speaking an intention with your voice more powerful than just thinking it? No, thank you. Does simply standing by a running river actually have benefits to your health? Yes, thank you. Does red 40 dye cause depression and or anxiety? Yes, thank you. Is red 40 dye bad for you to consume? Yes, thank you. Do our spirit guides or angels get upset with us? No answer.
I think yours is pretty upset right now.
Do our spirit guides and...
It's me, your angel! Stop grifting people on the internet and get a real job! Ooh, I'm very disappointed!
angels feel anything besides love for us? No, thank you. So there's no frustration if we get off track, is that accurate? Yes, thank you. Did Seth via Jane Roberts deliver teachings that are relevant to us today? Yes, thank you. Do birthday wishes come true? Yes, thank you. Do birthday wishes always come true? No, thank you.
Let me tell you, none of my wishes came true because they were all the same fucking wish. Demon Trigger, thanks for 11 months, says, I love hearing from Advanced Knitting Club. Broha, thanks for 56 months, appreciate it. Bumble Homestead with 100 bits says, why are we asking Merlin about periods? I miss some lore. Merlin is a trans man, confirmed. Still a Spiller with a 50 stream streak says, 50 streams, woo! And let me see if there's anything else. Izzy Apex, thanks for a 10 stream streak, says, hooray! Decast streak! So welcome everyone to another Tinfoil Tuesday. Excited to hang out with you guys and watch some conspiracy bullshit. Should be fun. So yeah, that's the thing. We are on a hype train. There's about a minute left on the hype train on Twitch. If you want to help that, keep going. You can always use bits or subs. If you're on YouTube, do me a favor, hit the like button. I'd appreciate it. Helps new people find the channel. Also, if you're watching the VOD, maybe hype the video. And if you want to help support the show, you can always use super chats and memberships on YouTube, bits and subscriptions on Twitch. You guys know the deal. All right. Enough of her silly questions. We can move on. We are going to play bingo, by the way, so if you want to get a bingo card, you certainly can. Here's the command, ! bingo. And today we're going to take a look at all sorts of conspiracy weird stuff. So, cool beans. Let's see what we're going to jump into first. I know Dr. Kia Pruitt had one that I was sort of interested in. Oh, let's do this real briefly. It's only 3 minutes. There's been a lot of inter-conspiracy theorist beefs lately. Here's another.
Good afternoon, folks. Just kind of wanted to do a quick one. Just recently watched the latest from Dusty in here. Doing a little wood turning, so it's dirty and cramped in here. But
Medicated person, thanks for a 25 stream streak.
Just watched the most recent one from a call for a gatekeeping, and
Oh, anyway. Bumble Homestead says, Hannah, fix your Discord link. It sticks, lady. Does it not work? I always hit the fucking thing so it lasts forever. Why do they let you hit a thing that says never have this link expire if the link expires anyway?
you know, I remember this guy from back.
Or wait, do you mean the one on the announcement today? Did I do wrong? Oh yeah, I did. Thank you. Thanks, Baja, for fixing that.
When Flat Earth first started, he was one of the most staunch largest truther channels fighting against the Flat Earth. And to this day, won't admit the truth that we don't live on a whirly-twirly vacuum ball in space.
Is Call for an Uprising not a flat earther? He believes so many different things, it's hard to keep track, especially because we haven't covered him in a really long time. Was he not a flat earther? I don't recall, but yes, flat earth on the bingo card, of course. Flat earth on the bingo card. You think it's that link on Blue Sky too? It's fine. Like 8 people see the link on Blue Sky. It's not a big deal.
We'll say
And frankly, if you see the link and you know who I am, and you're like, ooh, Hannah stream, but the link is wrong, you know where the channel is. It's fine.
Things like,
he wasn't a flat earther. See, that's shocking to me. He was into like every other conspiracy theory.
well, I'm not here to debate the shape of the Earth. Well, that's good, because there is no debate, clown. Unless you can show me a standing body of water that has a curved surface, there is no debate. You gatekeeping clown. And we'll go on with the standard, oh, my channel's got deleted, and blah, blah, blah.
Seeing other conspiracy theorists make fun of Call is cathartic to me in a weird way.
So I have to be telling the truth. I think it was Richie that mentioned his channel, and
Hello, Wen was here. How you doing?
Talking about how they're the big truthers that got pushed to the side so that the new alternative media could show. Well, that's funny. I never even got near 10,000 subscribers.
You're gonna complain about him complaining about getting deleted, but you're gonna do the thing of like, oh, I don't even have 10,000. You're just not good enough. Get over it. You have as many subscribers as you deserve. It's fine. God, get over it.
I was telling the actual truth of Flat Earth long before any of you did. So whatever. It's obvious some channels now are just clinging to their sponsorships and any revenue they can keep coming in to keep doing what they're doing.
I feel like sponsorships is a terrible way to run your show. I'm glad that you guys pay for it instead, like PBS. Because if I was beholden to sponsors, holy shit, what a nightmare.
To avoid.
Except on YouTube. I mostly depend on ads for YouTube, but I can say whatever the fuck I want, so it's fine.
Getting a job or make it.
No, Call does not get sponsorships. That is a criticism that does not make any sense levied at him.
They admit their own numbers haven't increased, just like mine, constantly. Sits at 1,600, was at 15-something for years. And has trickled up and down to about 1,600, whatever it is now. Don't care. Guy, if you are really a believer in Christ, I gotta ask you a call for a gatekeeping. Why do you continue to gatekeep God's creation? While you
Call for an uprising is like a virulent Christian nationalist. Not even Christian nationalist, Christian global dominionist.
proudly display the all-seeing eye in a pyramid on your logo.
Yeah, because his channel's about conspiracy theories, you moron. Look, I hate Call for an Uprising. I really do. He's a terrible person. But you really don't get why he has an all-seeing eye as the logo of his channel where he talks about conspiracy theories? My goodness.
I know. You're just mocking it. You're exposing it. It's the same things Jaren used to say. Same things Patricia used to say.
I'm quieter than the video. I will adjust. Thank you. Patricia being Patricia Steer. I don't know if you guys remember Patricia Steer. She co-hosted Flat Earth and Other Hot Potatoes with Mark Sargent, a prominent early flat earther of this age, from around 2017-ish, I think. She's the one that got run out of the Flat Earth community because she's a woman, and the Flat Earth community is super misogynistic. And also, they did transvestigation on her. They claimed she was a CIA plant because her name was Patricia. The last 3 letters of the name being CIA, so she must be a CIA plant. It's a whole thing. It's a whole thing. Just a peach with $1 tips as I put a picture of tinfoil we received today in the live stream Discord. Let's take a quick look. AI generated, it looks like, of course. The seal of God, the Sabbath day, 666, the Sunday law. Oh yeah, that's AI slop too. Uses AI on the bingo card for that AI slop. That'll get them to Christ. Show how lazy we are by using. Imagine you're like, oh my god, we have to save this person's eternal soul from torture for all eternity. Fire up the AI bot. We've got to put our best men on this.
Same things Robbie used to say.
The last 3 letters of Hannah are nah. What does it mean? It means I am in a permanent state of dejection, and I find it harder and harder to justify waking up in the morning.
Surely it's just coincidence if you're a coincidence theorist.
Coincidence theorist. Doesn't know what a coincidence is on the bingo card. Doesn't know what a coincidence is on the bingo card. Which one was that? 13. All right. Thank you for that. Let's see what we're doing next. Oh, listen to this grifter idiot. We don't cover this guy a ton because he's usually just kind of like boring and obnoxious. If you don't know this guy's deal, his name is JP. He's involved in the sort of sector of the conspiracy community that deals with aliens and secret super soldier programs and stuff. He is, in my opinion, a grifter. He claims that he was a super soldier, still is a super soldier, has tons of experience in space, in battles in space, dealing with aliens. He's just a big piece of shit, basically. He lies to people for money. This is only 2 minutes long, and I just thought this was just a sad encapsulation of what this guy has chosen to do with his life. So let's just take a look at this pathetic, sad attempt at selling people material that you made up, just pulling right out of your ass. Just made up horse shit. What a bad guy.
Is
JP, that guy on a cosmic spree? Yes. For those that don't know and haven't seen me cover him before, he has an AI theme song that's very embarrassing.
have to do with volcanoes.
He should have never taken the mask off. Agreed.
What's up, everybody? How you guys doing? Much love and kisses.
Oh my god, and his affect is so fake. He's so fake. He's so, like, you can tell he thought about the presentation so much beforehand of like, all right, welcome everyone. Hearts. Fuck you. It's so fucking fake. Is he wearing a tea strainer as a necklace? No, it is a, kind of a flat earth necklace. I don't necessarily think he's a flat earther, but it's sort of like this depiction of the earth as a disc, but it's also in the shape of a Q a little bit. So I think it's supposed to be a reference to QAnon. Good catch. I was wondering if someone would catch it, even a little bit. You didn't necessarily identify it, but you did notice the necklace. So QAnon mentioned on the bingo card. He has a QAnon necklace, at least vaguely referencing QAnon.
For everybody has this glove.
Is this the guy who spun around in his chair? No, that was a different guy, I think. Are you talking about the sovereign citizen guy? Because wasn't there a sovereign citizen guy that was like, he turned around and he was like, he was very trying to do a thing he's seen in a movie, but he doesn't understand that you can't repeat things that are done in movies, because in a movie it's framed a certain way, it's within the context of a fictional scenario, there's buy-in. In real life, if you turn around like that, it just looks embarrassing.
That is overwhelming. I love you guys.
You're not getting notifications for streams? Well, you can always join the Discord. Let me pimp that real quick. If you use this Discord link, you can join the Discord, and I always notify everyone when I'm going live, so you'll always get that notification, or at least you should.
I just dropped a video in Patreon for First Contact and Starseed tiers. So if you haven't seen it yet, go to Patreon and check that video out. And I also have it as a product. Okay, this video is going to teach you different techniques, how to bring down these UFOs, how I do it.
He's claiming that if you buy his program, you can communicate with UFOs and make them land. All right. Shilling scamming on the bingo card. Shilling scamming. You ever, like, I want to be clear, morally, this is wrong. Morally, I think this is despicable and disgusting, and he's a terrible person. On an ethical level, if you fall for this, like, I'm almost mad at you. I am mad at you. Morally, it's wrong. You shouldn't be grifted. Ethically, if you fall for this, I'm mad at you, and you need to do better. Like, you need to go back and get a GED if you fall for this scam.
Okay, and I'll teach you this technique.
Is that also believes they speak with aliens on bingo? See, that's rough, because he claims it, but I think he's a grifter. So does he really believe he speaks with aliens? I'm going to say no, because I think he is so blatant. I just don't think he believes this at all. I think it is entirely a scam. I think he knows it's a scam, so I don't think he believes it. I'll let you know this, though. If there was even like a 10% that he might believe it, I would give it to you. Because I think it's fair to give benefit of the doubt that people believe pretty crazy things, even when it seems grifty. But, like, whether it's him or Sky Prince, those are the two that I would pretty much put in the category of they're presenting themselves as if they speak to aliens regularly, but I don't think they believe it. So, yes, correct, Felix. Yep, same thought.
Technique. Everybody's going to have a unique technique. After I teach you this, you guys find it yourself, and you can bring these ships down or even have them land and communicate with the occupants. Okay? So this is going to be amazing. This is disclosure. People teaching this type of stuff. Okay? What I learned.
Yes, shilling scamming on the bingo card.
In the military.
That, right?
What I learned when I first contacted the Nordics in Brazil. So this will teach you a cool technique of how to bring these Shit.
A cool technique. Wow. No wonder the aliens choose to talk to him. He has so many interesting and articulate things to say.
Lips down. Okay.
Do we have speaks to aliens? No.
Okay.
And this doesn't count because he's a grifter.
I love you guys so much. I hope you guys love this video. I'll put the link
They have to actually believe they're speaking to aliens, not just claim it.
of Patreon, or I put it, the picture of, you know, the QR code, maybe here for YouTube, or
He always forgets to do this. I don't watch his stuff on stream a lot because he's usually boring, but I do watch his stuff in private because, you know, it's still interesting to learn about different conspiratorial people and beliefs, even if it's not interesting enough to show you guys. He always forgets his like edits. He does this all the time. He'll be like, I'll put a picture here, or I'll put something here, and he never remembers to do it. It's so funny.
Facebook. But this is gonna really
That happens to everyone occasionally, but it's like every time for him. So
shake the foundations of how to bring them down. Okay? I love you. Akuria Mate.
I see why he's a grifter. I don't think he'd be very good at a real job that requires, like, skills.
Enjoy. Enjoy. And thank you for everybody that's helping me as well by getting this product, this video, and more videos to come. I love you so much. Thank you. This is going to help a lot. Akuria Mate.
This is gonna help a lot if you give me money. I bet.
JP out. Let's go.
in ancient.
The salute. Oh, this is just, this is a piece of news that is just annoying. You guys remember Zmoo? You guys remember Sky Prince and Zmoo? She now charges $50 a session to watch her pretend to be Zmoo. She doesn't do it publicly on YouTube anymore. She makes you pay $50 to watch her pretend to be Zmoo. This is the ticket booking page. Here you can book a ticket to watch an Australian con artist to pretend to be a child alien in charge of the MedBed project. Economic, is this a recession indicator, by the way? Uh-oh, the channeling grifters are charging for each session $50. Recession indicator. Overthought says, not gonna lie, paying $50 to see a 14-year-old seems a bit off. True. True. Where is Kia Pruitt's thing? Oh, this is gonna be embarrassing. Okay. So, you guys know Dr. Kia Pruitt. You guys know Trump is super upset about birthright citizenship and stuff. Well, she has opinions on it, so let's check it out. But first, Dillis Filler says, why can't this guy be something normal like an office assistant or a drag queen or office assistant in drag?
Just woke up, so where I am, it is like an hour behind where most people are here in America on the Eastern Standard Time. So right now it's like 7:49, or is it 8:49? 7:49 maybe.
Hydrate.
Eastern. I think I'm Central Time. I don't remember, but come on.
You don't remember what time zone you live in? Hydrate. Every time we watch Dr. Kia Pruitt, I do not understand how she remembers to breathe. Like, how... She always says something that's like, you don't know what? When was this uploaded? 10 days ago. This was uploaded 10 days ago.
On in the room, check in, family. We have some breaking news to discuss with you all. Some people are like, I'm tired. I see you in the comment section. I know you are tired. Okay, grand rising. We're all tired. Thank you for enjoying my smooth vibe, and I appreciate the gifts as well, family. You all
Thank you for enjoying my smooth vibe.
are amazing. What you say? You said, I am tired. Very tired. I heard you. I see you. I understand. I overstand. Come on in the room, family. I have somewhere to be in less than 30 minutes. So let me go ahead. I got up, got my tea right here, showered, got ready. But I heard some breaking news. So
How is she a doctor? I mean, she's not a doctor in STEM. And that's not to belittle the humanities. I love the humanities, but she's not even in a... I'm a little suspicious of the place she got her diploma from. Let me put it that way. Okay.
come on in the room. This is a new golden era, and President Trump
Phoenix, for the 50th time, I have never been diagnosed.
said that on yesterday. He signed a couple executive orders that are very, very important as we go into the golden era and welcome the golden era, and as we as Americans finally enjoy our sovereignty, our
You're not a doctor.
freedom, and our prosperity without other people encroaching upon our freedoms. So what happened is, not long ago, the Supreme Court ruled against President Trump's statement that birthright citizenship was not for rich billionaires and millionaires to come to our country. In fact,
You fucking moron. If you fall for that rhetorically, I think you shouldn't be allowed to cook your own food. I'm very afraid you're gonna burn your house down.
he said,
By the way, this is the same Trump who is literally selling citizenship for $1 million. Give me $1 million. You can be a citizen. I'm sure he's very concerned about that and not just a racist sack of shit. Kia, Donald Trump doesn't only not care about you. I think he would hate you for the color of your skin and the fact that you're a woman. So why do you go to bat for this man?
birthright citizenship had to be re-examined and done
No, I don't think it's 100,000. I'm pretty sure it's 1 million.
away with. But the Supreme Court of the United States said,
I can
well,
double check though.
we disagree with President Trump's stance on birthright citizenship, and you had people all over the globe.
His stance on birthright citizenship is incorrect. You know, the incorrect statements he made about birthright citizenship, they hold no legal weight because he's a dumb bitch. Generity with the 25 stream streak says, I have a new book coming out next summer. I posted the announcement in the creatives thread in Discord, so I won't shamelessly plug it on stream. Also, I'll never understand why Amazon just refused to let me send some book-related thing to your P.O. box. Like, what did I do to piss off Mr. Amazon? I have no idea. Very weird.
Oh, celebrating that the Supreme Court.
You're never diagnosed sounds eerily similar to Trump's COVID test plan. No, what if I went and spent money and got tested? We're not going to talk about this anymore.
Court ruled against President Trump. However, I and people that know what the Republic stands for, Americans, and we know what the Constitution for our Republic stands for, we said, we don't care what the
Yeah, but it was a while ago, Karpkosian.
Supreme Court said. All President Trump was doing was actually allowing them to do what they wanted to do until he came back and signed executive orders. And what we see now is that
Does she understand the limits of executive orders and what they can and cannot do?
he's using his discretionary authority as the commander-in-chief.
Dr. Worm says, I'd rather not be diagnosed since there's talk about a database. I'd rather not be diagnosed because I have enough things that I am very insecure about myself about, and I don't need another thing on top of that pile. I got enough. I already dislike myself enough. I already got enough problems. Let's not dwell on another one.
To sign executive orders. And I'll let you see what he said. The first thing he said during his press conference yesterday was he's bringing back factories to America because a lot of factories had left and a lot of foreign countries had established different companies that were based in America or that were importing into America. But President Trump said on yesterday, no, we have now created more businesses for Americans. We have now brought.
Do you have any information on why you think that's true, or did you hear him say it and you went, oh yeah, this is a trustworthy guy, for sure. I'll believe that, because he said it, and Donald Trump only says things that are true. All the time.
Back factories to America. He said, especially in construction, you'll see we gotten rid of a lot of foreign nationals and we're bringing back construction to America because as I reported.
Hey, dipshit, have you actually heard anything from construction companies lately? They're being crippled on multiple fronts. Firstly, a lot of their workforce were people who were undocumented, and them being removed from the work site, I don't know if you know this, makes building things a lot harder when you don't have builders. Secondly, material costs have skyrocketed because of tariffs. Construction companies are getting fucked in the butt every angle.
To many of you not long ago, there were a lot of Indians here on H-1B visas that had actually created jobs and gotten into the business of finance, engineering, which deals with the infrastructure and construction, medicine.
Hello, Jimmy Jobs Jr.
An architect, again, building buildings and construction. It wasn't just the Indian.
Profane Priestess says, how is he bringing factories back? How America does not have a command economy and Trump's stupid tariffs destroyed the supply chain. You gotta okay, Kia Pruitt. Her whole thing, I don't know how aware she is of this or not because she's fairly dumb, it seems, based on the things she says and does. But ultimately, her entire business model is selling lies to desperate people and asking for money for giving them false hope. So her whole deal is talking about Nasara and Jessara, those conspiracy theories that we've talked about before, that are these fictional laws that they think are in place that are going to wipe out all debt and make everyone wealthy, even though that's literally definitionally impossible to do. Everyone can't be wealthy, then everyone's just normal, right? Anyway, so she tells these lies to desperate people in her chat, and they're so happy for the relief of these false stories, they give her money because it relieves them even temporarily, and they go, oh, I'm so desperate, but you say things are going to be good, so I'm actually going to be okay, so I can give you $5 or whatever. And she just does this for years. For years, just churning an audience of desperate people that she can drip feed these lies to. Again, I don't know if she knows she's doing this. She seems like she sincerely believes it. She's pretty foolish. But regardless, if a machine, you know's purpose is what it does, Kia Pruitt's machine is a machine that lures in desperate people with lies and extracts money from them.
But they were the ones that came over here by the hundreds of thousands, 90,000 per year. And then their spouses, another 90,000. That was 180,000 East Indians that were here per year, plus 400,000 new process H-1B visas, not new process or those that renewals every year. So you had 90,000 H-1B visas, East Indians here, plus their spouses. That's another 90. That's 180,000. And then the renewals, 400,000 per year. Well, President Trump said H-1B visas and all these other people, tourism visas, birth tourism, where people would come here and pretend to come to look at a monument or go to Disney World, but they were actually be pregnant women coming here, and they were recruited to come here by businesses, foreign national businesses.
Oh my God, fuck off.
Based here, recruited to come here, get the best medical care, get the best.
You don't like how she says Indians? Yeah, she's racist. She's a piece of shit. She sucks.
Treatment, allowed to go on different tours to the best place, high-end places, and deliver their babies.
Who the fuck cares? Go for it. I don't give a fuck. Lady, there are people dying of treatable medical illness. There are people going hungry. Well, there are people with super mega yachts existing at the same time, and you're concerned about where someone has a baby so it has citizenship somewhere? Fucking get a grip.
Trump said this is out. No more birthright citizenship, no more birth tourism, and no more people coming over here on all these.
Hey, good news. Trump loses, and so do you. Go fuck yourself. I am so mad at these people recently. I'm sorry, I've just been so mad.
Visas, pretending like they're just coming to visit, but they're really.
By the end of Trump's second term, it'll have been 15 years of crazy fucking insane people like this being in charge of things, being prominent figures in the discourse. And I'm just tired. And I am so tired.
Staking their claim here in America. So I want you to see what happened just yesterday, family. I'm going to be quiet so you can listen to what President Trump said himself. 1 second. Grand Rising. This is amazing. Here you go. I'm sorry, that's me talking. Hold on. Let's see if we can bring this up right quick.
Most people overstaying their visas in the US are from the UK. Yeah, Trump doesn't care about that, though. We don't have to, like, I see this all the time when we're arguing, you know, and I know why you're doing it. But ultimately, we know they don't care about consistency. What Republicans or conservatives or whatever you want to call them are saying something, the words they are saying are irrelevant because they fucking lie constantly. They don't care about consistency. They care about power and doing what they want, no matter what anyone else says, no matter the rules.
I only have about 10 minutes, so let's see President Trump's his news conference. And this is for fair use only, educational purposes.
Now we could talk, Steve, maybe you could discuss what we're dealing with on birthright citizenship. We had a very unfortunate decision in the Supreme Court concerning birthright. It was close, but a very, very unfortunate decision. So we're making adjustments. This is very unfair. This was done for a different reason. This was done.
I'm sorry. I'm not yelling at you. I'm sorry.
Right after the Civil War. This was for the babies of slaves. And what's happening now with people.
I can't say what I wanna say right now. I can't say what I wanna say right now, but you're all thinking it too. I can just say I can't say what I wanna say, and you all know what I wanna say. That's how terrible of a person he is. We all fucking know it.
Are building businesses around it. From wealthy people are building businesses around birthright citizenship. That's not the way it's supposed to work. It's a disgrace. They're buying their way in, and we're not going to let it happen. So, Steve, if you will.
So, if you don't know, he said this is for African American slaves. A lot of courts and attorneys and judges were using the 14th Amendment to legitimize people from all over the world coming here to deliver their babies.
It is legal. It is legal for them to do that. That is how the constitutional amendment is written. It's not illegal for them to do that. So shut the fuck up.
And what they said was, if you have a baby here, your baby automatically.
I'm so tired of these people.
Gets an American passport, a United States passport, and your baby automatically becomes a United States citizen. They were using the 14th Amendment clause. However, the 14th Amendment clause was created after the Civil War for children of African American slaves.
Hey, fun fact. It's been a long time since then, and guess how it's been interpreted that whole time? What the fuck is wrong with you? Do you think up until recently people were like, oh, we didn't think about this? No! That's just how it's written. It is what it is, and it's not a bad thing. So please, go fuck yourself and never appear publicly again. All right, I'm gonna move on. I'm just mad at her. We're not even talking about conspiracies anymore. I'm just yelling. That's not fun. Sorry, Chitara, let me find your bits. Chitara says, I'm just baffled, as a black man myself, at this woman's need to lunch punch down at other oppressed people or supporting Trump in such a fashion. But then she said Grand Rising, and it all made sense. Yep, she's in that community. She is in that community. Okay, let's do something else. David Icke did something recently. Some new thing. What is this stupid thing? Let me see him. That one, and there was also this one. Let's try this one. David Icke, he's a pretty prominent, famous conspiracy theorist. He used to be a football player in the UK, I think. I think something happened and he no longer was, and then he became a conspiracy guru. He helped popularize the reptilian conspiracy theories in the West for the last 40 years or so. He's been kind of the most public proponent of that. And he also believes in all sorts of other conspiracy theories. So let's take a look at this. This video is a clip, I believe, from an interview he did recently, and this is called "They Made You Forget Who You Are Before You Were Born."
Remember who you are. This period before
Was he just an announcer? I thought he was a player at some point. Could be wrong, though.
or after the mind wipe and before the return out of this reality, you have this.
Can I also point out, if you're doing an interview and you've written a bunch of books and I just see all your books in the background directly facing the camera, I hate you. You get one. If you're really good, you get two. If you have a book, you can have one. If you're great, and I'm talking you're like Stephen King good and prominent, you can put two. You put 4 books up there, I hate you. What the fuck is wrong with you? You couldn't pick one? Really? You think you're that brilliant? All 4 of these books I need to look at? I don't know about that.
Period to suss it. So when you leave, you are
It's late, but the first video mentioned Michelle Obama. Does that count? No, intro videos do not count towards bingo.
streetwise in what's coming, and you're out of here. So this period we call a human life is extremely important for that. So we've come a long way from Tucker Carlson and Joe Rogan and all these people who are focusing attention on the partly awake. I'm not David Icke. I'm all that is, has been, and ever can be, having a brief human experience, labeled David Icke.
Wow, that just sounds like a pretentious way to say you're David Icke, but you're trying to fluff it up into some sort of like spiritual or philosophically important thing. It's not. Ooh, identity. Who even are we, man? We're just like a collection of our experiences and memories. That's not even close to an original thought. That's not even close to an original thought. Do you think you're profound? Do you think you're smart for saying that? Cool. Awesome. There's about 50 million movies from the last 100 years with that message. You're so original. Oh my god.
It's not the same thing.
Like, it's what a stupid person thinks is a profound idea. Like, is it true? Sure. It's also true that the sky is blue. You want to opine about that?
And so when I've lost interest in lots of things in the fakery over the years. One or two things I still enjoy. Some new things like gardening. But I'm in this world, but I'm not of it. And that's what awakening is. And it's really, really important that we awaken while in this human body. And I'll tell you why.
We're not in a gilded age. We're in a grifted age. The Grifted Age. That's the book I'll never write.
Over the years, in various books, I've explored...
I'm speeding him up because over the years, it seems the reptilians have stolen his speed, and he's talking very slowly, so I'm going to speed him up.
The so-called afterlife. And listened and researched.
Wow, we're at 1.25 and it's still slow. Okay, let's bump that up further.
Endless people, I mean phenomenal numbers of people in so-called near-death experiences. And
okay, that's better.
especially people that have memories of the between life state, what some people might call the soul state, another level of self, still not the true I, but another level of self, which operates in this astral dimension, etc. And the common theme...
Fucking word salad on the bingo card. Are you really not above this, Ike? You've been doing this for so many years and you're still on word salad. That's lazy. That's so lame.
Are very compelling that they tell. They may have different spins on it, but the experience is very compelling in its common themes. And one of them is that as we enter this human realm and enter a human vehicle, which allows us to interact with this human realm of density, we pass
the world
through a
realm of density.
It's like it's been described by some as like a vast electromagnetic field, which wipes your memory, which would explain why, although, you know, some, especially young children, can remember previous experiences in this reality, usually goes by the age of 8, 10, sometimes later, but not often. But most people do not have memories of that kind. So you come in, you pass through the mind wipe, as I call it in the books, and you enter this realm. So you're starting with...
Do you have any evidence of this, or this is just like a thing you thought, and you thought, I had a thought, I better write it down and share it to people like it's real?
Who am I?
People should have all just gotten into fiction. This is what I don't get. Go into fiction writing. Like, this idea of, like, oh, you have a previous life, and you go through this thing, and it wipes you. Fine. Okay. Cool idea for a novel. Do that.
Even if you ask those questions, who am I? Where am I?
Yeah, I'll count this past lives reincarnation on the bingo card. Past lives reincarnation.
Who am I? What is this place? And you go through a human life where your perception is being manipulated and programmed all along, so you stay within the body program. And then you leave when your body ceases to exist, because the body is a biological computer that allows consciousness to experience this reality. If I didn't have a body...
What about sci-fi tech belief? Did we have anyone else? For him, no, because this is technology. He thinks this is just how the universe works.
Wouldn't hold that glass up.
But in a very limited...
It has to be like a sci-fi technology. Like aliens or humans created this like sci-fi device.
Limited way, right?
Very limited way. More limited the better from the manipulator's point of view. So we take on this external body, external body, another way of describing it.
Who's this? Oh, this is Gene Nolan. He is a guy that's a conspiracy theorist, and he interviews conspiracy theorists on his show.
Because it is...
I think the channel he runs is called Inspired.
Operating within the frequency band of this human realm of density. So I can interact with it. Consciousness can't interact with it directly because they're just completely different frequencies.
Someone asks, unrelated, but when you say you generally dislike fantasy, are you including contemporary, not so magical fantasy? Like, how do you feel about Groundhog Day, Stranger Than Fiction, Meet Joe Black? Those are fine. I like movies where it's like, it's the real world, but there's one or two fantastical elements. I just don't generally like a typical fantasy setting. And when I say fantasy setting, I'm thinking about like castles, medieval European or Tolkien like fantasy, elves, orcs, you know, dragons. We're going on an adventure. That's what I mean when I say fantasy. Not just, you know, genre fiction where a fantastical thing happens, because I love genre fiction. Rageology, what would you like for the hats off?
Then the body, which is decoding. This is what people don't.
No hat? Oh God, I look like fucking shit. Okay.
Yeah, that's what science.
I'm gonna have hat hair.
Yeah, it's what almost everybody doesn't get. The body is decoding this reality, this simulated reality, this information source, into a holographic state that we experience as physical.
But sorry to interrupt, but even mainstream science explains that in a way by saying your eyes don't really see, your ears don't really hear. Yeah. You're getting electrical signals and your brain is interpreting those signals and putting a
Yeah, we call that seeing and hearing.
Picture together in your brain, basically.
Absolutely right. This is one of the things that really gets frustrating sometimes, is You got some of it, and you got some of it, Mr. Scientist, people. But what you don't do is put it all together. And one of the reasons you don't put it all together is because if you did put it all together, you wouldn't be a scientist anymore within the mainstream of orthodoxy. So I'll just stay in my little box, and I won't talk to other boxes and get the big picture. So when the body expires,
I'm fine, guys. I'm fine.
as it ceases to function, like a computer ceases to function and the screen goes black.
I'm just over dramatic.
It ceases to decode the matrix system at this level. There are other levels.
Fuck, the matrix on the bingo card.
And deliver this reality to consciousness. And suddenly that consciousness, freed from that delivery of reality, decoded delivery of reality, like a computer decodes Wi-Fi, suddenly finds itself released from this human awareness, and it's in another reality, in another state. And that's when the whole system wants to control your perception again, just a different reality, same game, so that you'll go up the tunnel or whatever to the light. And
is it weird that I feel bad for him? Like, this is sad. Like, this feels like listening to, like, Grandpa, but, like, he's not all there anymore.
And you go into the...
Like, I don't like David Icke. I hate him and what he has spread, but, like, this is actively depressing.
Recycling system back into this reality to continue to produce the low vibrational energy, which the whole system kind of is founded upon.
Vibes-based conspiracy on the bingo card.
So you come in and you are mind wiped. You go through in a bewildered state, whatever people may think, actually the foundation is that bewilderment. Who am I? Where am I? What's going on? And then you go out the other end. And one of the things I find quite amusing is when you have all these near-death experiences. My God, I've read so many of them and watched so many of them over the years, where they say, I left the body and it was like, I'd never felt anything like it before. I'd never experienced anything like it. And you go, but now you kind of back, right? Okay, you believe in reincarnation, right? That consciousness can do that. Oh yeah, I believe in reincarnation. Yeah. So you must have experienced it endless times. So what do you mean?
What do you do when someone doesn't believe in it? Because I don't know the guess. I don't think most people on Earth believe in reincarnation. It's in the billions that do. But, like, just like, even though Christianity is, like, the biggest religion in the world, most people aren't Christian. You know what I mean? So what do you do when someone doesn't believe in reincarnation?
I've never experienced anything like it before. You obviously have. And the reason they can't is the mind wipe. And so, because of the mind wipe, that's still in the mind wipe state, which is why I've never experienced anything like it before, you are then at the mercy of projected religious heroes related to your particular belief in this life. And I explain in the books how that works and what makes it possible. And you, I mean, imagine you're a Christian and you believe in Christianity and you believe in Jesus as your savior, and you leave the body and suddenly there's a projection. You don't think it's a projection, but it's a projection of Jesus. Well, I mean, what's the chances that you're going to follow Jesus up the tunnel to the light? I mean, massive, of course.
Of course.
But
especially after maybe a difficult life, especially maybe after a difficult death or sickness, right?
Exactly, because you go into a low vibrational state. That's what they want you in, because the matrix at its different levels is a band of frequency. You go beyond that band of frequency with your perceptual state and your self-identity, who you believe and who you know you are, and you're out of here. They don't want that. They want to keep you in the matrix multi-level.
Why?
Frequency band. So
to what end?
You're coming in mind wiped. You're going through life where your perceptions are manipulated into religion and politics and all this crap. And then you leave the body and...
You should replace the Matrix with the soulless dominions of orthodoxy.
You're still in a mind wipe state. So you are at the mercy of the manipulation to get you on the what the Buddhists call the wheel of samsara, back into this world. So there is a period after the mind wipe, and before you leave the body, where you can get streetwise to the game.
Sad he has nobody to help him with his delusions, or maybe they're happy with him talking nonsense if they make money from it. I mean, I'm sure, to be clear, he's been doing this for decades. He's been doing this since, like, the 70s or 80s. Maybe the 80s. I'm thinking of the tracksuit he wore. That was very 80s or 90s. So he's been doing this for decades, long before he was, like, senile or anything. And he has made a fortune off of this. A small fortune, but a fortune nonetheless. So, I don't know if I'd call it, like, delusions he needs help with, when I'm sure plenty of people disagreed with him and tried to help him, and then there were decades of him being like, no, I'm right, fuck you. At a certain point, you can stop feeling bad about it, I think.
If you open your mind from the myopia
genuinely seemed broken, yeah. Most people are
in the program, you can start to tap in to awareness that gives you a fix on the game. And most importantly, again, gives you a fix on your true self-identity. And so when you leave the body, it's not, I've never experienced anything like it before. You leave the body and it's like, okay, I know the game, so I ain't playing it.
You feel like he's caused a lot of hatred in this world? He has. His reptilian conspiracy theories are basically a dog whistle to, like, anti-Semitic conspiracy theories. He's incredibly anti-Semitic. He's into JQ stuff. He just hides it over reptilians.
And if your self-identity is strong enough, is deep enough, the true I consciousness, then you're out of it. They can't keep you here. They can't. Because these so-called archontic forces, which I write about in the books,
so-called archontic forces. Who's calling them that? Just you?
They're not very bright. They're not very bright. They are themselves lost and disconnected from the greater reality of consciousness. And
the worst thing is he was a bit of a footballing hero when you were growing up. Never meet your heroes, kids. Everyone's awful. If you like someone, keep them in an idea in your head, because nothing about reality will do anything but disappoint you. I'm very healthy. I'm doing great.
Their ability is to know the game, therefore know how it's played, to understand that if people awaken to a certain self-identity of self...
Hey, Lady B Miniatures. We're watching David Icke. He's doing very badly. I don't know how much longer he's going to live. He does not sound good. He's at almost 2 times speed right now.
Their frequency reaches a point where they can't keep them in the simulation. Then what they do, by their knowledge of the game, which they keep from the population, so the dynamic of knowledge is ignorance but know the game against ignorance of not knowing the game, they are able to manipulate people into low vibrational states and subordinate states.
Okay. Enough for reptilian grandpa. We're going to move on. Sorry, I'm just trying to decide. I picked a lot of decent stuff today. I don't know if I care about that beef. We already did some beef today. Alright, let's try this one. This one's about the eclipse. I think this is a flat earther trying to explain the eclipse.
I've got one that...
This happens pretty often, by the way. Whenever there's an eclipse of any kind, there's always a few videos at minimum, usually at least a dozen videos by flat earthers trying to talk about eclipses and why they think it proves the earth is flat.
Before I say anything...
Roll my cheese dice. Hold on, where are they? I have them around here somewhere. Why am I rolling my cheese dice? There's some. I don't see the D20. There's a D4. I'll do a D12. How's that? 5.
Watch this.
We haven't seen the moon in the sky
No, that doesn't count for mentions cheese.
all day except for this one moment right here. That is not the moon.
Yes, it is.
Think about it. If that were the moon, it would have been lit up so bright right before it eclipsed the sun, brighter.
No, it wouldn't. Not from the side you're looking at, because you're looking at the side of the moon that is not facing the sun. So how would it reflect light from the sun from the side that isn't receiving sunlight? Have you thought about this even a little bit?
Than we normally see it, but we didn't see that at all, and it would have been the same thing right after the eclipse.
No, it wouldn't. That's not how light works. Like if I was in a dark room and all I had was a light shining this way, and the room was completely dark otherwise, this wouldn't be perfect because it's not to scale, but that wouldn't mean I would see this side of the ball that's facing me very brightly. This side would be illuminated because the light's coming from this direction. This is in shadow because the object is in the way of the light. So this side is in shadow. Holy fuck.
You would have seen the moon brighter than ever before, but you didn't. You didn't see it nowhere today except for this one time right here. If it were the moon, this is how it would have looked.
No? On what basis are you saying this is how it would have looked because you thought so in your head? This is how it should have looked. How do you know? I imagined it that way. Wow! You're so good!
If you believe what they tell you, this is how it would look right here. But
why do you believe what they tell you? Believe what I tell you, because I kind of sound like Sam Elliott or something. What, you believe those scientists? Why don't you believe this random fucking idiot on TikTok? America.
It doesn't. That's not the way it looked. That's not what you seen today. You didn't see.
Did I see the Blu-ray supercut you made for me? Might be good for a cleanse later. All right, we will take a look at that later.
The moon until
hydrate.
It was supposedly covering the sun. This is what you saw. You seen the sun itself filling up with what looks like a black circular object. But what you don't see is the rest of the...
What channel is that in? Because the link is making me want to sign in on the internet. Could you just tell me what channel that's in?
Black circular object. Where's it at? It's not there.
You can't see it because it's not being illuminated, so it's being concealed by the atmosphere.
Do not see the rest of the object.
Oh yeah, this is my least favorite, like, kind of fucking TikTok or internet video is when there's just some fucking idiot pointing. I understand I do reaction. I do commentary content. I watch things that I disagree with, and I talk about why I disagree with them. So at least, like, I understand why people have derision for reaction content. I totally get that. I understand I'm going to get criticized for it. Fair enough. But what is this guy doing? At least I'm, like, doing something that is antithetical to what's on screen. He's just like... Like, imagine if I came on stream and just put on fucking, like, Psyman Dan videos and just sat here like an idiot going, like... What would I be here for? Everyone sucks.
Before it supposedly passes the path of the sun. Now watch again. You can see the sun itself filling up with what looks like a circular object. But where is the rest of the circular object?
You can't see it because what you're seeing is the shadow. You're seeing the side that isn't illuminated. You're not going to see it next to the brightness of the sun that's shining. It's being obscured by the atmosphere. The same reason you generally can't see the moon during the day. Other than the obvious that it's on the other side of the Earth.
Right here, look. There's nothing there. If this were a solid object passing in front of the sun, this is what you would see. You would...
No, you idiot! Do you know? No! You fucking idiot! No, you wouldn't! Because how would you see it? The only reason you're seeing it over the sun is because you're seeing it block the sun. You don't see the rest of it because it's not blocking anything. This is the sort of content is what I call Occam's reactor.
See the whole object. But that's not what you see. It's just totally not there. Nothing there. Proving that it is not a solid object.
Kathy says, comedic costumes? I am wearing a costume, yes.
What you are truly looking at here is called an optical illusion. The supposed circular object.
Oh, Hannah puts head in hands, yep, on the bingo card. Hannah puts head in hands. What number's that one? Dies of Laughter, not that one. Mentions Blu-rays, not that one. Head in hands, number 40. Got it.
That is passing across the sun's path is nowhere near the sun. It is in a total different location of the firmament, and what you are witnessing is reflectivity, giving you the optical illusion that one sphere is passing in front of another sphere.
You don't even understand how light works at a basic level, and you can't see something unless light is reflecting off of it. So I don't think I'm going to listen to you.
Only because that's what you've been told your whole life. Now I'm going to show you what's really going on here. Now the sun is here, but the optical illusion of the...
Are you a good old boy? Well, I can explain cosmology using this here gas tank.
The eclipse is taking place in a total different spot of the firmament, as you see here.
Are you insane, or are flat earthers getting dumber? I don't think you're insane. I think that the peak of this modern flat earth movement was somewhere in like 2017 to like 2021. That was kind of the peak of this stuff, and when the most people were interested in it. Since then, it's kind of been a race to the bottom. We've been getting this distillation effect that I've talked about before, where the smartest of the conspiracy theorists in that community realize, oh, this is being debunked. They look at videos debunking them and they actually accept it and go, oh, okay. So they leave. The most rational and willing to accept that they're wrong leave. This process continues to happen for years. New evidence and debunkings come in, and more people leave, and they're always the people at the top of the pack, because just like by the nature of it, the people most connected to reality are the ones that are going to leave. So you wind up with is a smaller, dumber, more paranoid group of people that may be smaller, but on average, they're much more into the belief, less into analyzing evidence, less willing to listen to criticism of their belief. It's pretty crazy. Yes, I'm not talking about grifters, of course. I'm talking about true believers. Grifters are their own thing that have monetary incentives. You were in a Flurf Watch live stream once. It was one of them fighting with his ex-wife. I wish you had a link to that.
Now you'll...
Oh, we gotta watch the Star Citizen thing this week, too. That was crazy. Speaking of awkward live streams.
See here, just as you've seen with the supposed eclipse, that the object...
Hey, Flat Power, have an idea. Do literally anything. Do literally anything.
cannot be seen before it passes the sun.
Does not understand optics, count for doesn't understand how cameras work. No, it has to be a camera or a lens thing.
Proving that it is nothing more than an
Star Citizen, the video game that's been in development for over a decade? Yes. Yes, indeed.
illusion, and that you have been...
Please explain. They did a live stream showing off where they're at in the development of their, like, 12-year-old game that they've been developing for over a decade, have over $1 billion in funding, and they were showing people the gameplay, and it's so broken. Like, they're reloading weapons and trying to switch weapons, and it's not working. This game has been in development for 12 years, and they can't reload and switch weapons without it breaking the game. They raised over $1 billion to make this video game. And in the live stream, they're like arguing with each other. You can tell they all fucking hate each other, and they're all mad that they have to do this live stream, and they all look like idiots. It's so good. Anyway.
Lied to.
In the past, I've made several videos about the eclipse pointing out this same thing. I had so many...
Is Star Citizen a springtime for Hitler situation? I don't think it started that way, but I do think at some point Chris Roberts went, well, the longer we keep this going, we keep getting money, so...
Many globe earthers jump.
Oh my god, he talks, we did it!
Pointing out this same thing. I had so many globe earthers jumping on me and saying how stupid I am, but I...
Yeah. If you think what he just said was smart, you're stupid. Correct.
Like this video. When you think about this,
Oh, a little stick figure.
One of the most backwards things about an eclipse is this. When an eclipse is happening, they tell everybody to go outside at the exact same time that the event began. And
I mean, they tell you when the event starts, but you know, it's not like an order. You don't have to.
When we go outside, they tell us to go out and look directly at the sun.
No. They don't tell you that. You are supposed to use glasses. You can do like a pinhole camera with like a box. There's all sorts of things for it. Under no circumstances are you supposed to look at the sun directly.
And wait on the event.
It's not good for your eyes.
Event to happen. When you think about it, this is backwards. We shouldn't be coming outside looking at the sun. This is what really should be happening. We should be coming outside seeing the moon right here before it even gets to the sun.
No, you wouldn't. It's obscured by the atmosphere. The sun is too bright, and you're not seeing that side of the moon because there's not light reflecting off of it because it's positioned relative to the sun. The side that is facing the earth is not receiving sunlight. How is this hard to understand?
No one should come outside and look at the sun. The star of the show is really the moon. It's the moon that's coming to pass in front of the sun.
Yes, but it's a solar eclipse because the sun, our sun, is eclipsed. It's a solar eclipse. The sun is eclipsed by the moon. A lunar eclipse is when the moon is eclipsed by the shadow of the earth between the sun and the moon, because the moon, Luna, is eclipsed. Lunar eclipse. Oh, didn't mean to hit that button.
It's really the moon that's the star player. So you know what should happen during the
Ironically, considering the sun is the star. No! Wrong button!
Eclipse, everyone should go outside and we should all be looking at the moon. Why? Because we should be...
Well, that's going to be difficult to do since you can't see it in those conditions.
Waiting for it to come and pass in front of the sun.
That's
In
what you
fact,
do.
We should be tracking the moon a day before
what do you think people don't track the moon?
eclipse even happen. Why don't we track the moon in advance? They just tell us to go outside and automatically.
How do you think they know what time to tell you to go outside if they're not tracking the moon, you doofus?
Look at the sun. And when we look at the sun, we notice that the eclipse is happening from within the sun. And the video that I played for you is a great video to play to show what's happening during the eclipse. And this little demonstration of
Chat, my prescription is finally in that I haven't had for a while. Yay!
I'm doing is to show you that we've been doing eclipses all wrong. We should be tracking the moon first, way before it even get to the sun. But no one even cares about the moon. We just
No one even cares about the moon. The moon is integral to the eclipse. What do you mean no one cares about the moon?
just go outside.
I was a big fan of Bear in the Big Blue House as a child. I am a fan of the moon.
Look at the sun, and we say, hey,
Also Amazing Digital Circus. And the moon is a character there too.
there go the moon passing in front of the sun.
No, not my trans meds.
But just like we saw in the video,
My ADHD meds that make my brain work.
we never see the rest of the moon.
I can name that tune in 3 notes. Doon, 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 doon. Okay, that was 8 notes. Lame. Just at the pharmacy, not ready for pickup yet. Thanks for asking, though. Mr. Duck Sauce with a 40 bits and a link.
The moms were
Boo
right.
at the moon! Boo at the moon!
There's no such thing as astronaut Mike Dexter. What am I doing?
I'm sorry if I've disappointed you. Would you like to yell at the moon with Buzz Aldrin?
Yes, please.
I own you!
You dumb moon!
I walked on your face!
Don't you know it's day? Idiot!
Yep, Bonnie Tyler, I get it. Shh. Stop playing unrelated things. I'm very tired. Okay, apparently him playing Total...
Order, my
What is
colleagues
happening?
in collapse.
Why is everything playing? Stop playing!
I've got one that can see.
Oh, everything's working good today. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. All right, let's see a Q&A with one of these Trump supporter QAnon believing people.
Well, you know,
Am I mashing the keyboard or what? No, my Stream Deck is being weird. There's a play button for Stream Deck, but it was activating videos on the tab that I was not on. I don't know if I need to update it or what, but it's not working on the tab I'm looking at. It's activating random tabs.
I think what you're seeing right now is the takedown of the New World Order around the world. I don't care.
And yes, mentions they live on the bingo card. Where is that? References they live.
Where you're calling it from or whatever. Yeah. Yes, like it says, it's, to be a politician, you have to be a bit of a psychopath. And
says the Trump supporter.
Unless you're just in there I would never want to call myself a politician.
You're not. You're a weirdo on the internet. What are you talking about? You think you're you think you could be labeled a politician because you're a weird micro QAnon influencer?
But I would like to have, billions, if not trillions of dollars to start cleaning up the mess, because that's where the money would go to. You give me trillions of dollars and I'll get it cleaned up. No problem. I can do it because, you know, all it takes is money. Yep. But, you know, to be called a politician, to be, you know, I mean, politicians should be all basically put in prisons because they're all in corruption. It's the whole thing's corrupt. Goes and they've spread their cancer right down to elementary school councils. That's how far their cancer's gone.
Very curious what he means by that.
But
he considers Trump to not be a politician, despite him being a politician for almost 15 years and being president of the United States twice.
You know, like I said, it's you know, we should this world would be a lot better off if we didn't have. I'm going to go overboard by saying it, but if we didn't have politicians,
I can think of a few things the world would be better off without.
I'll leave it at that. But there is one other thing that we should get rid of, and that'll bring people together. But
it'll bring people together to kill all politicians.
I can't say it on this air because I might get canceled out.
You just already said it. What are you talking about? What's that flag? That's a 1776 flag, but it's like a MAGA type thing. I guess it might not explicitly be a MAGA type thing, but if you're the kind of person that gets a flag that vaguely looks like the American flag and it's got a bunch of stars and it has 1776 on it, you're either an insufferable libertarian or a Trump supporter.
Well,
maybe both.
Well, there's a lot, I mean, there's a lot of good platforms out there, and there's you know, guys and women and men both are people out there that you know, are coming into play, that they're not being manipulated, they're not being they don't have handlers. You know, there's been infiltration, this mega movement, whatever. I have to all
this movement I'm a part of isn't doing all the things I said it would, and things just keep getting worse. We must be infiltrated. It can't be that we're all incompetent kooks.
Also say, mega is not just about make America great again. It's about making, you know.
Didn't we find out this guy is Canadian? Am I crazy? Didn't we find out this guy was Canadian? Or am I crazy?
All the Americas great again. Well, what does that mean? What is all the Americas?
Yeah, he lives in British Columbia. Oh, fuck.
Excuse me for the throat, but
he sounds Canadian. I didn't notice because I'm from Michigan, and a lot of people just sound like that.
The Americas are, you know, right from the tip of Argentina in South America, right to the northern tips of the North Pole, Greenland, and Iceland. That's all the Americas, okay? We claim...
What the fuck?
Claim it all, and that's...
What do you mean you claim it all? Under what right?
That's all the Americas, okay? We claim it all, and that's...
Who's we? Why do you think your voice has any weight on this, and who do you think you're speaking on behalf of?
What Trump is going to reunite everybody to make it all great again. That's his job. And he's going to clean up the filth. And
white nationalists are just the scum of the fucking earth. I'm so tired of these losers.
By doing that, he's going...
If the only thing you feel proud about is the color of your skin, you had nothing to be proud about in the first place. Go fuck yourself.
Got to get rid of
kind of fell apart there at the end, but I stand by the message.
A whole bunch of things that the New World Order, the cabal, has put in place, such as
cabal on the bingo card, Freemasons, Illuminati, cabal on the bingo card. There we go. Wow, we're only halfway through the stream. That's pretty good. It's pretty good. It's your favorite hymn from the Book of Paul? All right, we are halfway through, so let me do my little calls to action. If you're on YouTube, do me a favor, hit the like button. I'd appreciate it. Helps new people find the channel. If you're watching the VOD, please hype the video if you're watching it in the first couple of days. If you want to help support the channel, you can always do so on YouTube via memberships or super chats. We are doing a Patreon and YouTube member stream this weekend and the next weekend after that. So if you want to be a part of those, you can become a member on YouTube or a paid member on my Patreon at patreon.com/HannahReloaded. Last but not least, over on Twitch, if you want to support the show, you can always do so via bits or subscriptions. Thank you.
As the Matrix, everything that...
Did we get reptilians in the David Icke video, or did he not specifically mention them? I don't think he specifically mentioned them.
That we see around
surprisingly.
us, everything, the whole system has got to come down. You know? And it has to. It has to. And it will. And it's gonna about to happen. You know, we are in a...
It's gonna about to happen. They're sending their brightest.
An epic, global, universal, spiritual war right now. We've got ourselves kind of painted into a corner, but I think we're going to come out of this. Who
really wants a civil war on the bingo card? Yeah, that makes sense. Really wants a civil war on the bingo card. Where was that space? I don't think we've had that in a little bit. Really wants a civil war. There it is, 41.
is the New World Order, according to me. WEF, all the three-letter agencies, the EU, European Union, and all the little puppets that they have underneath them that they control. New World Order, the bankster, Jesuit operating gangsters that run the bank systems.
Interesting. Jesuit. Okay, so he's not into the JQ. He's into Catholic Q.
The central bank system.
That's always interesting.
Well,
I have to use the bathroom real quick, so I'm going to go pee. While I'm gone, Cher will tell you about... Roger Corman's Star Crash. I'll be right back.
What else do you want to know? The whole matrix has got to come down. Corporations are part of the New World Order. They want to stay they want to, and federal governments that come and take in, charge you a tax that's totally illegal. See, people have to see through all the minutia. They have to see through all that. They have to learn to read between the lines, that everything you say out there that you think is your friend is actually your enemy.
Well, that doesn't sound paranoid at all. Okay, jokes aside, that's a very paranoid way to live your life, and that would mean you can never really forge relationships with people, which would be incredibly isolating, which would further, I would imagine, exacerbate the paranoia in sort of a vicious cycle. So that's not great.
You think that, I'm going to put money in the bank, I'm going to, build this whole thing up or whatever. Actually, there's only 10% of all depositors' money is in that particular bank or that particular branch. The rest of it goes up, goes forward. It goes to the bigger central banks, and then from there it goes, to the three horns of the operating. That's how it used to go. Stairs to the central banking system in London, central banking systems at the Vatican, and the used to be the war rooms and the Capitol in Washington, D.C., District of Columbia, or District of Corruption. All that was being funneled through there. And those were the, main players out there. And you, as a, hardworking taxpayer.
I do wonder if he had any thoughts on American politics before Trump came on the scene, or if he just adopted this identity because it made him feel safe, or whatever this does for him psychologically.
Think that everything's fine. It's okay to pay taxes. It's okay to pay your power, your phone bills, and everything else. I'm a hardworking dude. I'm making a little bit of money on the side. You think things are just fine. All those things should be free. And you should have the
votes for, I guess not even votes for, he's Canadian, supports Donald Trump, thinks that utilities should be free. These people are so confusing. Their politics are incomprehensible because they don't know how anything works or anything about any political ideology in reality.
Capability of
like, they will actively be like, fuck communism. Communism is Satanism. And then they'll be like, man, giant corporations have destroyed society. We should all collectively maybe own all of these businesses and all collectively benefit from these productive means by which we operate society. Fucking communists. I see this so often now. It just upsets me.
Being able to handle your own money. Why would you want to need a bank to have somebody else take care of your money? You work so hard for it, and you want somebody else to take care of it? Tell me that makes sense. Because we've been
wants things to be free, but also doesn't want to pay taxes. Yeah, that's not how that works.
Through our schools that banks are okay.
If you want a society where everyone benefits from each other's labor reasonably and fairly, you best bet you're going to be doing labor. That's part of life. We all pay our bills one way or another,
Hospitals are okay. Financial institutions are okay. Politicians are okay. Universities are okay. Yet we have the thousands and thousands of children out there self-claiming that they're communists now.
See what I mean? See what I mean? Am I? Just vague noises to make everything go away.
Including my boy. My boy used to be such a beautiful boy. 29 years old now. Tall, handsome man. And he's turned himself. He's got pigtails and blue hair and black fingernail polish now.
Fucking based. Fucking based.
And he's turned himself. He's got pigtails and blue hair and black fingernail polish now.
Is he dead naming this child? Like, if the kid is just alt, great. I'm a little afraid he's dead naming or misgendering this child. Just a little afraid. I don't know, though.
and he says how proud he is to be a commie. I mean, unbelievable.
I hope he never talks to you again and you die alone.
Next time I see him, you know what's going to, well, don't even get me started.
Sounds like a girl to you. You have no idea. He could just be into nail polish and long hair, and his dad's just being derisive. So we have no idea. Yeah, choose not to gender the kid. Probably a good call considering the lack of information we have.
I says, how does it ever come to this where I've raised such a child?
You suspect the kid thinks their dad is a dick? I suspect they're right. Hats off, Brain Squid. What do you want me to wear?
And it's because he got taken over and easily influenced into the absolute fascism that's in these universities.
Fascism? What the fuck is he talking about? Fascism? I don't even know what he means. Oh, is he combining fascism and communism as a portmanteau? Yeah, I'm into hot and coldism. I'm into oil and waterism. I'm into
That's where we're losing all.
If you don't know, fascism and communism historically have been at odds with one another. Communists and fascists don't get along. Like, quite famously, communists and fascists don't get along. So, maybe remember that. You can criticize fascism. You can criticize authoritarian communism like that which existed in the Soviet Union, but to call anything fascist communism is to misunderstand both ideologies.
Our kids, they have been bombarding us, the mind. That's been a war for your mind. Alex Jones has said that for years and years.
Oh, we're citing Alex Jones as a source. Wow. Looks a little like him, so I guess that tracks.
Yeah. Well, you're not going to hear from BlackRock anymore. Blackstone, Vanguard, any of them, they're all coming down. Excuse me. They're all coming down. They don't have a, because they're the ones that own all these other corporations underneath them. Hundreds and hundreds of thousands of them. When they go down, a lot of these companies are going to be up for bid.
Wannabe says, I would love free utilities, but I would love to know where they think the money is going to come from to pay all the salaries and the resources used. In the end, we would still pay, and probably more. I don't know about more necessarily if you're taking a profit motive out of it. For instance, municipal utilities tend to be cheaper than private for-profit utilities. But yes, ultimately, in a system in which people's needs are provided for, people would be working to their ability, and they would also be provided for, but, I don't know. It's funny that this is the kind of guy who would probably characterize communism as they just want free stuff, when in reality, I'm not a communist, but I know communists, as I'm familiar with, communist political ideology. When you really look at it, it involves... It's not like, oh, we want free stuff. It's, oh, we want to collectively own the means of production that allow society to function so we can all take part and equally benefit, in theory, right? It's just funny that then this is the guy that's like, no, I just want free stuff and no consideration for, how we're sharing the burden of the way that we get these things. It's just weird. It's just very weird.
It's the same thing with the real estate right now. Anybody that's got real estate right now, and it's about to crash, why are you, if you got equity in the home, why are you holding on to the equity? What are you saving it for? Why aren't you exercising and going out there and trying to get some money out of it to do a reverse mortgage or whatever so you free up a bunch of cash?
What? I'm sorry, is he advocating reverse mortgages to his gullible old audience?
If you go to the scripture inside the Bible, what did Jesus say? There should only be 3 penalties in this world for the criminals. If you steal something, if you steal a goat, you have to pay back 7 goats. If you do something harm to anybody else, you'll get 50 lashes. And if that still doesn't make sense to you, you'll get 50 more.
Okay, so how about no? So how about we don't whip people? That'd be great. We have this whole thing in the Constitution against cruel and unusual punishment. You might know that. I know you're Canadian, though. So maybe stop LARPing as the shittiest Americans alive right now.
And if you hurt somebody or kill somebody, you are a PEDO to our little children.
Jesus did not say that. Was that something that Paul wrote down and was like, Jesus said this, bros, totes?
Then you may as well put a millstone around your neck and jump overboard.
I'm going to have a hard time jumping with a millstone tied around my neck, but I will do my best.
That's what God never, or even Jesus Christ never wanted prisons. Oh, they're just money makers.
Wait, he thinks prisons are a waste of money. We should be whipping people instead. Psychotic. I can't imagine why this guy's kid wants nothing to do with him. If this guy's kid ever finds this, I am so sorry. You sound dope. I hope that you are doing great. I know what it's like to have to cut off insane fascist parents who are just delusional, out of their minds, have no idea what reality is. I know how that sucks. It sucks super duper hard. But I hope you're doing great. This guy's a nutbag. Sorry that you had to be saddled with him, but, I don't know. You're stronger and better than him. So, keep on keeping on. Midnight with a 65 month says, why does this world seem like it's going to hell in a handbasket? I can't decide if it's because I'm an adult now and in my 30s and I just see things, and maybe everyone, when they become adults, all of a sudden realizes, like, wow, the world's really fucked up. Maybe that. 2, the amount of information we have constantly lets us know about every terrible thing, and websites are incentivized to serve you terrible things that algorithmically upset you and make you feel like the world is ending, regardless of the reality of the situation, so we're all effectively being propagandized to be anxious and upset to make money for other people. 3, we've actually reached a point where material conditions have shifted to the point that there is a huge reorganization about to happen in our political structures, and we're all seeing it. I don't know which one it is. It'll be fun to find out. Whee!
It's immediate justice, and this is exactly what's going on right now. There are people in power with billions of dollars, not to mention good, solid congressmen or governors that are actually taking control.
Do we count bad parenting and doesn't understand the problem is capitalism? Yes, both of those for this guy. Both of those for this guy. Bad parenting, doesn't understand their problem is capitalism.
Control and following the scripture.
What about the secret fourth option, all of the above? Well, that's cheating.
Inside the States right now. And yes, I want to be a part of that. Although I was born in Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada, I still want to be either Idahoan or a Montana.
Who dreams of moving to Idaho or Montana? Oh my.
Because I like the area. I like the people, and I like the way they think.
There are so many actual, like, wonderful places to live in the United States. I can't believe you picked, like, 2 absolute fucking duds.
Yes, do not cheat, steal, or kill. And, you know, I mean, this...
You're wearing a hat for Donald Trump as you say that, you hypocritical weirdo.
We need to go back to and follow the scripture.
Hypocrisy on the bingo card. Where is that one? staggering levels of hypocrisy on the bingo card.
And this world will be fine. When did Jesus ever, endorse a politician or endorse a money changer?
He literally took a tax collector and made him a disciple. He did stop being a tax collector, to be fair, but still.
He went into their temples and beat them with his cane.
It was a whip! It was a whip. It wasn't a cane. And I don't think it says he, beat them. He overturned their tables and, fucked up the area. You think he beat them with a cane? Like the guy in Miracle on 34th Street? But, from the version, the TV movie version, where he actually does beat the guy with a cane.
He took off his robe and he turned over all the exchange tables and says, this is blasphemy.
Jitara says, Jesus also said, render unto Caesar that which is Caesar's. I don't know about the endorsement, but still.
And
the Bible says to obey earthly leaders because they were appointed by God.
Chased them all out of there. Schools doesn't give justice.
Of course, fundamentalist Christians selectively just either apply that or don't. If it's someone they like in office, they'll say, God chose this person. And if it's someone they don't like, they'll be like, this is part of the satanic agenda. Because they're children. Because they are mentally and emotionally children. Sorry, Dodger Mutt. Dodger Mutt said with 40 bits, the Russian officer in The Hunt for Red October, Sam Neill, wanted to live in Montana. Maybe if you really like horses? Maybe if you really like horses and just nothing. Horses and just nothing for hundreds of miles.
Us isn't to brilliant minds, no. And that's why the smart people and we were called black sheep, but actually we were full of intuition. God's intuition had given it to us, not to assimilate with their At
what point can we mark thinly veiled anti-Semitism? He hasn't said anything about Jewish people. We already established this. He's not into the JQ. He's into Catholic version of the JQ. Things can take the shape of the JQ and not be the JQ. That happens with Catholicism a lot.
With their agendas.
Because there are a lot of Protestant American fundamentalists that don't trust Catholicism and think it's paganism.
Well, let's just say Trump's doing a lot of things behind the scenes, but it's only the people that are looking that can see it. Yeah. It's a great time to be alive. We've been picked to be the shining light, to be the lighthouses. Yes. We've all been black sheeped. We've all been ostracized and abused, kicked around, lied to, beat up, whatever, arrested, whatever it goes. To try to get our point across. I wear this hat because I'm proud of it.
Yeah, I get it.
I'm proud of the fact is that this man is assimilated with saving 25 million children. From
what? Where are you getting that number from?
Certain catastrophe. I'm proud of Trump for stopping the wars. He has to make wars and bring peace through strength.
For that, the level of gymnastics, he is stopping wars. He has to make wars to bring peace. It is, guys, it's literally 1984. It's literally 1984. War is peace. Freedom is slavery. We did it. We finally got a literal 1984. Hell yeah. Trey says, so I know literally every generation talks about by the one before is that the next generation is always the worst. Is it just me, or do baby boomers have the exact opposite thing going, where to a disproportionate degree they seem to think that they were somehow inherently the best generation? Many boomers, yes. I'm trying to move away from the generational thing Because frankly, there are bigger issues. I do think that there are broad differences between attitudes between generations. But I think the bigger issue is us all getting fucked over by the ultra wealthy. That's my focus now. I don't know. Trey says, is it just a thing where they were the inheritors of all the social safety nets, but also got to capitalize on a tax system that was gutted right as they were entering the economy? So they paid less in taxes while being able to reap all the benefits and none of the hardship? I think that goes into it to a certain extent, yes. I think that certain people who lived through certain very unique economic conditions within America's 20th century do not understand the realities of the world because they were in a situation unlike anything humanity has ever seen before, where like a singular nation was benefiting from global demand because of the world wars happening and America being largely unscathed in its industrial capacity, among other things.
And that's what
But again, I'm not focused on the generational thing. I don't really care at this point.
he's doing. He's not attacking Iran people, the Persians.
You know, all the dead Iranians, sorry, might beg to differ, you fucko.
He's attacking the mullahs,
Nemesaur, thank you for gifting 20 tier 1 subs.
the Iranians, which are totally different. Did you all know that it was only 14 decades ago?
You can say 140 years.
Let's just put it this way. 100 years ago, the Persian...
They don't call themselves Persian. Yeah, he's just a racist old man. He's just racist.
allowed the Muslims to come in to help them set up housing for themselves and try to make a way of life, because where they had come from was a complete shithole. So they drew out their hearts and helped them.
I see where he's going to go with this, so I'm going to end it before we get into stuff that's just going to make me mad again. Just going to make me mad. So let's do other conspiracy stuff. Oh, this is nuts. So you guys know Ed Citronelli. We've covered him before. He does the exorcisms and stuff. This video is entitled Religious Psychosis, the New Attack on Christians.
My daughter called me today and she said, Dad, there is a growing trend happening in social media against Christians called religious psychosis.
There is a difference between someone being religious and them having religious psychosis. Religious psychosis is a thing. It is not something that means everyone who is religious, or even most people. It doesn't. It is a small subset of people who are having psychosis, and the beliefs within that psychosis are related to religion. It is not saying that being religious is a psychosis. In no way is it saying that. Okay. Dodger Mutt says, I saw Republican Congressman Wisconsin say we should all be doing a little more for the rich, in a clear attempt to be the first against the wall when the revolution comes. CripplePunk91 with 100 bits says, so do I not need to doomerize the world ending soon then? I'm just freaked out by climate change and trying not to panic and feed the propaganda machine, but sometimes I just panic. I wish I had an answer for you. I'm also just trying to survive, and I'm full of anxieties and fear and self-hate, and I don't know how I'm doing it. I certainly don't know how to tell anyone else to do it, because I'm really just, I'm improving. Hopefully they'll pull the hook soon and pull me off stage. That'd be great.
Yes, you heard me correctly. Religious psychosis. I said, what is that? And she sent me a text to explain a little bit. Listen, my friend, you that are watching this video, I want to speak to somebody today who has become afraid to speak about Jesus. Somebody who has been mocked, somebody who has been labeled, somebody who has been told that your faith is irrational, extreme.
I mean, faith by definition is irrational. It is. At least blind faith is irrational. But that's not the point. You're not talking about irrationality. You're talking about psychosis. They're not calling your religious belief psychosis. What they're calling psychosis is this thing you do for money.
Shit. Out! Yes, you're leaving. You tormenting spirit. Yes! I command you out of her emotion.
Do you see why maybe this guy's whose entire business depends upon preying on people going through religious psychosis might be a little concerned that the concept of religious psychosis is gaining traction on social media? It almost looks like he's an evil con artist taking money from the mentally ill and exacerbating their illness to continue to extract money from them as long as he can. It's almost like he's an absolute shitbag of a person. And he wouldn't want people to perceive him that way. No, no, no.
Dangerous, or that because you believe in what you believe, like in the Bible, you are intolerant and disillusional.
Delusional, first of all. Secondly, yeah, there are a lot of beliefs that are biblical that are quite intolerant. That's a thing.
I want to speak to anyone who has been labeled because you believe in God. Maybe you believed in God. Maybe you believed in Jesus.
Believing in God does not mean you have religious psychosis. Most people on the planet are religious. I don't actually know the breakdown in terms of people who believe in a deity versus religions that are non-deistic but are still religious beliefs. But a good portion of the world believes in God. Like, we're talking at least the Abrahamic faiths, and I know that there are, plenty of other religions that have gods, but those are the main ones I think of. Most people on planet Earth, I'm pretty sure, believe in God or a god of some kind. No one is saying that's religious psychosis.
The Bible, holiness. You believe in hell. You believe in sin. You believe in heaven. I want to speak to anyone that have been called delusional and not in your right mind, and that you have a mental illness defined as a psychosis only because you believe in God.
No. It's because you think that a demon is in your body and you're thinking of going and giving Ed money to remove the demon. I am not telling you, because my religious beliefs or lack thereof are completely separate from, the ethical issue of how you deal with stuff like this. You can believe in demons and not be undergoing religious psychosis. I don't think that's true. But you could believe in demons and not be in religious psychosis. But if you believe that actively there is a demon inside of you affecting you, that is psychosis. That is religious psychosis, and you need to get help for that. Absolutely. And Ed is a disgusting con artist, in my opinion, who takes advantage of those people.
I want to encourage you through this video, and I want you to hear it for the length of the whole video. I want you to be encouraged because this is what is trending now on social media against Christians. And by the way,
it's not Christian specific. You can have religious psychosis attached to any religion.
It is only against Christians.
Total horseshit. He's a con artist, you see, as I said my opinion earlier, so he's going to lie directly to his audience to keep them in his hands, so we continue ringing them for money, because he's an evil person.
Not any other faith, right? That label called religious psychosis. Let me touch a little bit on the definition of what they are saying Christians are. For example, psychosis is a mental state a mental condition marked by a disconnect from reality, primarily labeling somebody with hallucinations, delusions, and even disorganized thinking. That's what.
Did you take that direct from the AI summary? It feels like you did. You can almost hear the bullet points.
What psychosis basically means, right? But here's what the trend is saying, that if you believe in what the Bible says, if you are a Christian, you are hearing, seeing, or feeling things that are not actually real, that God is not real, that Jesus is not real.
No. Again, he's a liar. He's lying. Believing in God is not religious psychosis. That's again, at least in the United States, that is the majority belief by far.
That what the Bible says is not real.
Yeah, it is weird that he said even disorganized thinking. They are all criteria. What a weird thing to say, even disorganized thinking.
And that you are hallucinating these things.
If you believe that there is a demon inside of you and you can hear it speaking to you, that is a hallucination. It's a delusion to believe it's in you. If you hear voices or anything, that's a hallucination. Delusion is the belief, hallucination is sensory.
And that if you believe and live like Jesus says you should, that your belief is not based on reality and is not based on shared culture. Therefore, you are delusional.
He's avoiding mentioning demons. I wonder why.
No.
He will probably get into it.
And that a Christian is confused and his or her thoughts are all over the place and they make no sense because of what they are believing. Listen, we are living in a time when biblical values are often treated as if there is a problem.
I think this guy should be in prison for the rest of his life. Like, I don't know if he's breaking the law. I'm not necessarily saying he inherently is. But I think morally speaking, he should be in prison for the rest of his life.
We are living in a...
And he should only be allowed to watch, like, really cringy preacher videos with preachers that are also con artists trying to con people, and that's the only thing he gets to watch for the rest of his life.
Time when culture is set.
Oh, and you want some entertainment? Here's some Benny Hinn.
To reject.
God damn it, overthought.
God's standards.
Same thought. Same pastor came to mind?
And
at the same time.
Cancel out.
We took each other's jokes simultaneously.
Criticize, marginalize anyone that believes and holds firm to Scripture. Not because faith is new, but because we are living in the last days.
This is the problem. We all spend so much time together parasocially. Like, our senses of humor are too in line. So you guys and I make the same jokes at the same time. I barely need to be here.
And the Bible tells us that this was going to happen. John 15:18, Jesus said, if the world hates you, know that he hated me before he hated you. 2 Timothy chapter 3, verse 12 said, indeed, all who desire to live godly.
You didn't know he believed in the last days? He's a fundamentalist Christian. Those things are one-to-one. Those things go hand in hand. I've never met a fundamentalist Christian that didn't believe in the rapture.
Right? In Christ Jesus will suffer persecution.
In the United States, to be clear. I know that the rapture stuff is, like, pretty unique in, like, Christianity. American fundamentalist Christianity. I don't know in Europe how the fundamentalist Christians in Europe are about rapture, eschatology stuff.
So listen to me very carefully. There is a difference between genuine mental health struggles, like some people have, unfortunately, and a sincere believing, standing on the word of God Christian. There is a difference between losing.
Why do you think that's bad for business?
Contact with reality and refusing to abandon biblical truth. And today, I want to raise awareness among all believers in Jesus Christ of this growing problem on social media, the problem of religious stigma, the problem of anti-Christian
yes, the stigma of being a Christian in the United States. I just wish any of these people would have a real problem once in their life so they would have something to compare it to, so they really know what it's like to be like, oh, wait, this is oppression. This is bias. Oh, okay. Sorry. I misunderstood what that word meant.
Bias, the problem of when biblical convictions are dismissed as extremism, all because you don't agree with some of what's happening in current culture, right? And if when you don't agree with what they agree, now they're labeling you, me, and those that believe in Christ as religious mental or religious mental cases, religious psychosis. Let me say this. That does not mean that every inconvenience is persecution. We know that. It does not mean that every disagreement is anti-Christian bias. But what it means today is that if you believe, if you obey God, right? If you have any obedience to Christ, this will place you in a label all because of this.
What a liar. You're such a liar. You know you're taking advantage. You know you're taking advantage of the mentally unwell, and you'll say anything to keep them from getting the help they need. You're an evil person. Who do I do it for? Who do I do it for? He doesn't care.
The spirit that is in this age. Hear this clearly, my friend. The world may accept your Christianity.
How big of an audience does this guy have? He has 500,000 subscribers.
As long as it remains private. As long as...
Luckily, his audience doesn't seem that big. I think a lot of them are following because of shorts or something.
He does not challenge sin, as long as he does not call people to repentance, and as long as he never says, "Thus saith the Lord." But the moment your faith becomes visible, the labels begin, saying that you are out of touch with reality, that you are intolerant, that you are delusional, and that the Christians are...
Yes, if you think that you're actually fighting demons, you're delusional. Correct. All right. Fuck this guy. Let's move on. Come on, play.
These people mean business. They want to kill every one of us. Nobody stands a chance. I mean business. I'm not a god. I'm being guided by him.
He's doing great. We had already had uses AI on the bingo card, right? Yes. Okay.
I'm fearless. God does not choose wimps. God chooses people with a spine. Then you will not follow a weak leader. You can't show weakness. You cannot show doubt. You cannot show fear. Those are luxuries you're not allowed to have as a real leader.
It says Mel Carmine charges straight into the heart of the Iran-U.S. war, taking on those who insist the conflict is unnecessary and demanding answers to the questions powerful voices would rather bury. No soft peddling, no comfortable excuses, no hiding behind political talking points. Oh, evil Howie Mandel. That's a good comparison.
Now, whether you like to believe this war in Iran is a just war or not, it had to be done.
It's not. It's not, and it did not have to be done. This is going to be looked at historically as like a real humdinger of a mistake. So it turns out going into a conflict without any clear goals or plans is actually like not a good idea. This feels like an Art of War page 1 thing. Like, hey, you need to bring food so your soldiers don't starve. Hey, you should have a plan before going to war. And, you know, a specific goal would be cool.
Done. This war is a just war.
It isn't, you absolute monster.
Donald Trump inherited this war that should have happened when Iran was a lot weaker, and we could have wiped them out real fast.
You're an evil, evil person.
And not now. If we had a president...
You're making pancakes and bacon for dinner? Jealous. I want Brinner.
Right now, Donald Trump decided to do what all the other presidents did and kick the can down the road, we would have a problem. They would have a nuclear weapon that would reach New York and Miami.
Did you know that the United States doesn't own the planet and it actually isn't our job to tell other countries what they can and can't do on their own soil? Like, I've never seen one of these MAGA people ever for once consider like, oh yeah, other countries are like other countries. I just don't like, especially after what's happened to Ukraine. How can anyone justify not understanding why nations want their hands on nuclear weapons? Like, I'm not saying it's good for everyone to have nuclear weapons. I think that's bad. But from sort of a game theory perspective, you would be foolish as a nation to not work towards nuclear weapons at this point. Because you have no negotiation ability without them in the world stage, period.
Miami and Los Angeles, and they would fucking hit that button.
And like, again, you don't have to like Iran. I get it. I also don't like religious fundamentalism, whether it's Christianity or Islam or whatever. But it's also just like, not your fucking business, man.
Every day of the week. Tube 1776 is coming. I will absolutely go down swinging until it becomes a reality. And I won't tell you the secret sauce recipe, but 2 things will happen for sure. Freedom of speech, full spectrum, restored. Full spectrum, restored. 100,000% restored. That's what this country was founded on. We're bringing it back. Tube 1776 will be the best thing that ever happened, not just to the United States, but the world. When I tell you some of the things we're going to fix with that thing, foolproof, 100,000%. You're going to fall off your chair.
It says the global reset is coming and the next move could change everything. A hard-hitting discussion on Trump, North Korea, past administrations, and the forces shaping what comes next. The question isn't whether change is coming. It's what happens when it does. Bravo Needs Bacon says the only people who wanted this war were idiots, billionaires, and PDF files.
You're not going to get a reset where you have North Korea saying, no, I'm not going to go along with the program. Iran, no, I'm not going to go with the long. No, everybody's got to be on the same page. Then the reset happens, not before. Don't blame Donald Trump. Blame Clinton. Blame the Bushes. Blame Obama. We should have taken care of this.
Just don't blame the grifter in chief. He's the best thing that's happened to con artists since the auto dialer? Sure, that's a punchline. It's not like a great one, but it counts.
Problem a long time ago. We did it. Now, we got to pay the fiddler. This global reset has to happen, and it will happen. And it will happen because this guy's got balls. And if
The whole presentation style is so douchey. You gotta trust me, this guy's got balls! Bada bing!
you don't fight for what you want, we're done. Welcome to
Since Ponzi himself, Ponzi was trying his best.
the Mel Carmine podcast. Before we begin, I have something you need
I
to
feel like this intro has been going on for like 50 years. What? Did I accidentally get slipped mushrooms? Like, why are we still in the intro? Have we not seen the intro 5 times?
11 years ago in Costa Rica, I took a photograph that changed my life forever. I don't claim to speak to God, but I do believe he gave me a mission. Let me show you the photo, then you decide. If he gave me a mission. Let me show you the photo, then you decide.
Yeah, it's definitive, right? It's right there. I think we're still in the intro. Yeah, we're still in an intro. Is everything this guy's intro? Has my whole life been just part of this guy's intro to his YouTube channel? Clinton's, Biden's, Obama's on the bingo card. I don't know if we had that already. Let's take a look. Clinton's, Biden's, Obama's on the bingo card.
If you're serious about protecting and growing your wealth, pay close attention. Looking to acquire XRP, I can help. Minimum purchase is $10,000 and there is no maximum.
Just give me $10,000, guys. It's the minimum.
Whether you're investing $10,000...
Is this an ad in the middle of his intro? Look, okay? The con artists gotta make money somehow. They can't be funny like me, so they gotta do this, okay? You should feel bad for them. They have no real skills.
Or $10 million, text me directly at 786-704-8817. And while you're at it, ask us how a religious irrevocable trust can get you off the grid and fully protect you.
Religious irrevocable trust. Well, that's sovereign citizen shit. You got sovereign citizen and my conspiracy theorist. You got conspiracy theorist in my sovereign citizenry. For some reason, we're on a random hype train, 2% to level 1. If you want to help out the hype train and support the channel, you can always do so via bits, subs, or gift subs.
Your assets and investments. Interested in gold and silver? For extremely competitive prices,
Night Radiology.
visit carminesgold.com. Our minimum order is $50,000 and there is no maximum. We can handle virtually any size transaction. Then visit QFS1770.
QFS being Quantum Financial System, which is a QAnon thing.
76.com for exclusive merchandise. Links to our social media and a library of 100% free videos explaining the new financial system millions are following. No hype, no paywall, just information. Don't miss our 5-star documentary everyone is talking about. Dear Mr. President, show me the money. Visit dearmrpresident.net and ask yourself,
Still in the intro, by the way.
What if we show you irrefutable, irrevocable evidence in our movie that everyone with a social security number is worth hundreds of millions of dollars? Do we have your attention? The link is in the description below. Finally, join our official Telegram groups and be aware of fake Mel Carmine
Gilded Age again? No, we went over this. It's the Grifted Age.
accounts. If anyone tells you that you must register your XRP with the so-called quantum financial system, it's a scam. Now subscribe and share this episode with someone you care about. Turn up the heat on these scammers and let's get to work. Also, scan the QR code and opt in so you don't miss any amazing workshops at Staying Alive in Cape Canaveral. Now, here's your host, Mel Carmine.
That's a 5-minute intro sequence. That's a full 5-minute intro sequence. Christ almighty. People used to complain about my 40-second intro. Oh my God.
Well, good afternoon. For all you people that are new, subscribe down below.
And mine had a pretty catchy theme song, so.
Let's talk about 3 resets. There are 3 resets, 3. There's gold and silver, which is the metals. There's the cryptos. And then there are the paper currencies, which I also believe they will revalue. At how much, when, I don't know. But you would think that Donald Trump has...
Is this just the Iraqi dinar thing again?
...some power to at least allow one of the 3 to actually reset. And I don't see that. So are you powerless, Mr. Trump? What's going on? I mean, listen, I'm not a bootlicker. I like the guy. I voted for the guy. I want the guy to succeed. A lot of people are throwing a lot of bullshit at him regarding this war with Iran. I got to tell you the truth. Iran should have happened a long time ago. Iran is putting up a hell of a fight, whether you like to believe that or not. That's
This guy's the worst. Stone Corbell, thanks for gifting a sub. I think there's about a minute left in the hype train.
that they're kicking our ass. They're not, as far as I'm concerned. We have bombed them into the Stone Age. It's going to take them a long time to
And you consider that to be a good thing. You're so, what a great human being you are. It makes me mad that hell isn't real now. I never thought I'd get that depraved where I'd be sad hell doesn't exist, but man, reality does shit to you, doesn't it?
rebuild. And guess who's going to rebuild it? The United States, the United Kingdom.
Did I do the editing for the intro? I did the original intro, which then another person took from me to do some little tweaks. And then that was the intro for a while. And then a fan made a second version of the intro. But I did the original version. The whole concept for the intro was mine. I'm the one that did that. You know, it's full of old movie footage and old clips. Yeah, that was me. Stone Corbell says, I know I should get over it, but I'll never stop annoying me how U.S. Americans pronounced Iran. Iran? Yeah. Midnight with 100 bits says, sorry, the bootlicker says what?
Italy, France, Germany, and so on. So, but anyway, long story short, is we should have at least a paper currency. It would make a lot of people that call me constantly, that are in constant pressure, say, man, we want this thing to be over with already. At least allow the people to have one, Mr. Trump, one of 3, okay? If it's not the cryptocurrency, let it be the silver market. Let the silver go to $500 or $1,000 or $2,000 an ounce like it wants to go to, so that people could have a little breathing space, a little bit less pressure, okay? Look, I would love for everything to go back to normal. I'd love to F off just like everybody else out there. I would love to have a normal life where I haven't watched a football game or a soccer game or a basketball game or a hockey game or a baseball game in a very, very long time. Ask me how many games I've watched of the soccer, the what do you call it? The World Cup final. Not one single minute did I watch. Not one single minute. Okay. I'm busy doing other stuff. Okay.
I didn't watch it either. So
look, the time will come where we should have some kind of normalcy that we can enjoy our friends, our family, some sports events.
You could just do that. The only one keeping you from that is you.
But we can never go back to being completely, totally distracted. We're always going to have to keep an eye on the people who are running the world. Just because we put people that we think we can trust, that doesn't mean or give us the luxury to look away and let them do whatever they want with us, right? So it's very important. I have an incredible show ready for you today. We're going to do the videos again. The videos I feel are educational based on what's going on right now. And I think you'll find them very interesting. Now, I don't think she needs any introduction. I think everybody knows pretty much who Ann Vandersteel is, and she brings...
All right, that's going to get into more specifically Sovereign Citizen stuff, which we will watch on another day, on a Sovereign Citizen watch. But I just think his whole vibe and production is hilariously bad. Like, it's so trashy and inept on the surface. It's, like, tacky and poorly done. I don't know. He cracks me up. Oh, here's a stupid one.
We begin I thank you for being here this week. I love you all. God bless and welcome. Better put this pop filter on. I feel like other people don't need a pop filter. So
yes, they do. You need, at minimum, like, I don't have a specific pop filter like that. I used to, but I don't anymore because I have a pretty decently thick windsock. That's this thing that pretty much deals with it, as far as I know.
Oh, I'm kind of in a pickle. Twice a year, I struggle with something, a power issue. I have solar power. 3 solar panels, 600 watts. You all should have at least 1,000. I should have 1,000 to run a house.
Having solar panels is good. Accidentally based on the bingo card. Accidentally based on the bingo card for running his house using solar. Accidentally based. And he may be doing it for delusional reasons, but hey, being able to run your house off the grid is never a bad thing.
Small house like mine, 400 square feet, and twice
Your house is 400 square feet? Oh my god.
a year, once in the winter, the darkest time of winter, I need to charge my batteries with a generator. And once around the peak of summer, because I run the swamp cooler, kind of air conditioning, a kind of fan, water that flows behind it. And I run it from noon to about 9 at night. And it runs my
Does he
batteries
have like one of those tiny homes? Is it a manufactured home maybe? Nothing wrong with that? I'm just curious.
out. The reality of living on solar. These are little Russian olive trees that I've transplanted.
Please get to the Tartaria stuff. Tartaria.
We were always, my sister and I, left with babysitters. Just random babysitters. I'll be right back. So,
There we go.
this is the beginning of the old world part. Forgive me. I should be serious. Serious. So, in my last video, we discussed whether or not the arch or...
I'm looking, yeah, 400 square feet. They do sell tiny house kits that are exactly 400 square feet. And he's trying to be off the grid, so I do wonder, did he buy one of these? And of course, he wouldn't necessarily have to do a kit if he's familiar with construction. He could have just done it, I guess. But, yeah, a lot of these tiny houses are either like 350 or 400 square feet. So I do wonder if he just bought one of those kits, got a little property, kind of off the beaten path, and put together one of those kits.
triumphal arches, or whatever you want to call them, whether they were the entrances to buildings. Wouldn't that be interesting? And
it is an entrance to this building in this image. If this isn't an AI image, I don't know where it's from. That arch clearly is an entrance to sort of an indoor space. I don't understand what you mean.
we discovered that to be the case. I mean, here, we're looking at it. This looks like it's in Milan.
Could be an Adobe or hay bale house too. Yeah.
Maybe a mall? A mall in Milan. I used to have a landlord named Milan. I think he was like Czechoslovakian or something. So here we are. Is it so crazy? No, it's not crazy at all. So of course I took it further and considered.
By the way, this is a good example of the conspiracy theory propensity for finding patterns where there are none, making connections due to aesthetic similarities over practical material concerns. K.R. Goss, thanks for 67 months, 6-7, says, I went hiking in an old lava tube at Mount St. Helens, and part of it looked like a spine and ribs. My husband immediately said Roger was right all along. Hope and Char are well. Hope and Char are well. That seemed like a good message at the end.
Of course, because I don't know. I
That is funny, though.
considered whether perhaps and possibly all arches once had grand and glorious buildings. As
Why does he sound like Eeyore? Someone stole his tail.
you can see here, this building attached to it, which is clearly part of the building, is equally as grand and glorious.
Oh, hope you in chat are well, probably? That's my guess.
This. It's probably a big square in here, like an internal courtyard once you go through this. And what if they were all parts of buildings? And people in our community don't like that.
It is currently a part of a building.
Some people who have an idea or think they do.
Oh, no, he thinks that, like, standalone arches are were part of buildings. Okay.
Like, I have all the ideas. They're all on.
He has all the ideas.
Have an idea or think they do. Some people who have an idea or think they do. Like, I have all the ideas.
That's a good sound clip. Hold on, I gotta record that. I have all the ideas.
Who have an idea or think they do. Like, I have all the ideas. They're all on the table. Some on the shelf. But this, at least for me, probably for some
All right, got it. Thank you.
of you, is a new idea. I mean, these arches. I mean, I question everything. You know, I question whether we built them, you know, my answer to that. And then I go further and say, well, what were they? Why were they? In the old world, by the people, the artistic builders of the past, before the reset, why did they build them? Were they so vain? Are we so vain?
Yes, human beings are vain. They love to build big structures to be like, look, we were here. Look at this thing. It commemorates an event. Cool. Yep. That's a thing we fucking love to do. Congrats.
We are. I mean, like, how bold. Let's just make this really expensive structure for nothing, for triumph. And is triumph enough? So pompous? So
What, you built this whole arch because of triumph? I don't know. I don't buy it.
frivolous? An arch of triumph? I don't think so. And again, it
I made a joke and then he literally said it. Oh, I hate when I do that. An arch of triumph? I don't think so. Oh, I wish there wasn't a crazy person living in my head.
wasn't until I saw this building
They are funny a lot of the time, though. But boy, do I hate them.
in Vienna, Austria. Oh, Vienna. You can add to that if you want. Vienna, this arch in like the 1870s is attached to a building, and it's huge. It is huge. Let me show you that. Here we go. Look at this beautiful picture. And look at this beautiful arch. Beautiful arch. This is so sick. I mean, I just glossed.
Some arches are attached to buildings, and some are not. Is that clear?
Over it. Let me show you the guys up here. I should have pointed that out.
Oh, it doesn't understand architecture on the bingo card, obviously. Doesn't understand architecture. As Hannah says it before they do on the bingo card? No. But I'll add it when I actually update the bingo card. A mythical event up there with me doing a Space Jam review.
Guys up here. Look at these two guys. Now look at this building.
Yes, Tartaria as well.
The windows behind them. 1870s? Look at this. This is absolutely fit for being a modern stadium.
Kind of just looks like Space Mountain, but classical to me, so.
Modern football or whatever stadium. The most beautiful stadium in the world.
Also, I would disagree. No, this doesn't look like a stadium to me. I don't know what to tell you. It's a very different architecture style than like a modern stadium. It's a cool looking building. It is grand, that's for sure. I don't know the connection between sports stadium, though, other than it's big.
In Austria. 1870s Austria. And the arch again. The arch. Couple guys here. Couple guys. A lady. Maybe it's a man. A bunch of people in here, actually. We see some chairs. Cheap chairs. Look at this.
Are you purporting? Based on this image of chairs, you're purporting to designate and analyze the expense and quality of these fucking chairs? I can barely tell they're chairs. Not a big deal, just indicative that people like this look at photos like this and pull conclusions that are so far over the line of what they would have any reasonable information about based on what they're seeing, overshoots their assumptions by about 1,000 miles.
Like a mall.
Is he stupid? He's on this show. The answer is, if you're on this show, you're stupid, and the more you're on it, the stupider you are. Guess who's been on this show the longest?
Oh, I mean, not too dissimilar from... I mean, today it's a mall and shopping, and maybe that's what it was. But I don't think so. This looks like a stadium.
Correct, it's Hannah. You win, Carpkosian.
In this case. An old world stadium. State of the art. And here we go. Forgive me. Here's the proof. The Union Station Arch is a 35-foot Beaux-Arts arch standing in a park.
Does being on the show include chat? No, you're spectators. You don't count.
In a park. So here we go. We're going to learn about arches. All in one evening breath. Approaching 11:30 p.m. The arch is standing in common...
Yeah, evidence is self-evident on the bingo card. Believes evidence is self-evident. Where is that one? Make this bigger. Believes evidence is self-evident. Where is that one? $74. Oh, nice. No, that's believes. Wait. Oh, nope, that is. You're right. 74. Sorry, I misread it.
Park in Columbus, Ohio. The work was designed...
Oh, I know. Is he stupid? Doesn't mean. Is he stupid? Are you stupid?
By renowned architect Daniel Burnham. Burnham?
Burnham.
Part of the World's Fairs. Burnham. I've talked about ham, biblical ham. We have a lot of cities that are something ham. I've proposed that this is rooted in the biblical Ham, his cities, that old. And maybe this is just a play on words, to burn and destroy.
I don't know the etymological origin of the surname Burnham.
The
biblical Ham. Ham is a character in the Bible.
Cities of Ham. So they tell us...
Shem, Ham, Japheth.
The Union Arch.
I believe they're children of Noah.
And this thing is beautiful. Let me...
Incorrect word origin is evidence on the bingo card. That's a guess, but I'm gonna go with it.
I'm trying to make it bigger. I don't know what's happening here. I think I have a lot of dust on my trackpad. Look at this arch. Look at the beauty. An old world classic. This arch was designed by a World's Fair dude as part, here we go, as part of a grand entranceway to the city's Union Station. Ding. You see what I'm saying here? Do you see? The arch is sitting in a park. Oh, I didn't tell you the whole story. The Union Station has been demolished. That's why there's just an arch sitting in a park. And all that's left is the damn entrance, the entryway to the city's Union Station. It has intricate details, Corinthian columns. Some of the things from the demolishment are currently in storage. At least we have something. What did the building look like? And again, I told you, it's not the arch. It's what was around the arch.
There are arches that are connected to things, and there are standalone arches. There being an arch does not mean that there were structures around it inherently that are gone.
People said, how could they demolish the building and not damage the arch? Well, you saw it. They did a good job. Look at this. The arch. 1900 to 1914. Come on. And you demolish this? Why?
Yeah.
Why was this not an architectural treasure that was celebrated for hundreds of years?
It probably went to shit. Like, I didn't hear where this one was. Was this one of those things that was connected to a World's Fair? If not, if it only lasted 14 years, likely it's similar in that it's a sort of facade where the interior is wood or cheaper materials, but then it's covered in a material that can be, what's it called? It can be put into molds and stuff. He did say World Fair,
Who would
but was that this? Either way, you can make structures like this that look much more impressive than they are in reality because the materials are sort of like plaster on the outside.
demolish this? So here we go.
They don't last very long, though. Or at least not as long as a building that you would think of when you look at something like that, because historically it would be like marble or some other stone material as opposed to a facade meant to look like stone.
The arch was part of Columbus's Union Station, Columbus, Ohio, again, designed by B.S. Architects.
Okay, there we go. So this one isn't World's Fair. I don't know the details of the construction. Could be similar, could be not.
In 1893.
Plaster, that's the word I'm thinking of.
Are you kidding me? Oh my god, here we go. It was originally the northern of two identical arches. The northern. So there would have been a southern one, just like it, that they must have demolished. The southern archway was demolished. Here we go, thank you. Along with a third of the colonnade in 1928. Are you kidding me? So you want to tell me you were too good for this?
There are any number of reasons they may have decided to go differently. I don't know what it is. What I can tell you is your first thought being it's to cover up a conspiracy is indicative that you are delusional and paranoid and need help.
One was too good, or was somebody erasing something that is too beautiful?
Did he forget about the Tartaria? I don't think he's one that's as open about it. Like, certainly he believes in the Tartaria stuff, or at least in the mud flood stuff. I don't know if he specifically talks about Tartaria, though.
Beautiful for an early time period of Columbus, Ohio. I mean, this is so beautiful. Worthy of an emperor. I don't give a damn about emperors or kings or queens. I'm just saying, like, the finest. Like, this is the finest. This
is it? Like, if I saw a building like that, I'd be like, I don't normally see buildings like that. But it's a little tacky, this one, if I'm being honest. Like, in terms of arches, this one looks like someone in a smaller community trying to do an arch. But, like, it almost feels like it's pulling from different architectural traditions, so it ends up looking messy. Does that make sense? Like, it looks like the McMansion of arches. Does that make sense? That's just my subjective view, though. I don't know anything about this actual arch.
This is the kind of thing you're proud of, again, for hundreds of years. And what did they make here now? Again, what did they do? They made a park. A park? Like, all this material was just so disposable, like it was so easy. We wasted...
Apparently.
This BS architect's time.
Wow, Hannah, what are you doing to build arches in your community? Not very much, surprisingly enough.
Burnham just wasted his time. And I want to get back to...
If I built a building and it lasted 14 years, I don't know if that's a waste of time. That's 14 years the building gets used. That's like a decade and a half. That's not an insignificant amount of time in human terms.
How I said people are disappointed with me because I don't believe these were magnetic arches. Well, you know...
Here's the part. This is the part.
No, that's fine and all. Like, that would be cool. You know, some videos, including old Flip Floppy, talked about these being magnetic arches. And again...
You see, because in cartoons, magnets are often U-shapes. I'm aware they actually make that kind of magnet. But when people think of magnets like that, it's usually because of cartoons. So they go, oh, a magnet in cartoons is kind of shaped like the horseshoe shape. And this arch is also that shape. This must be magnets because similar shape. People think like this. A not insignificant number of people's brain works like this.
And that would be cool. Like, I'm totally down with Antiquitech. Totally believe these poles are...
What are horseshoe magnets used for anyways? If they were strong enough, I'd imagine you could use it to pick something up that's metal that doesn't have a handle. I don't know other than that.
Up here are tech and not flagpoles. Do I believe these were magnetic arches? Like horseshoe magnets? I mean, I think like tech was running through the whole building. It's not just up here. I mean, here it's just gathering an etheric charge. It's not...
The ether doesn't exist.
Not a lightning rod, like they tell us. Sometimes they tell us it's a lightning rod, and sometimes they tell us it's a flagpole. But yeah.
It's almost like sometimes buildings have lightning rods or flagpoles. Crazy stuff.
Yes, tech, and not the kind of tech that people think. And very simply because, ultimately, let me get back to my point, the triumphal arch is not a triumphal arch. Let me say that again. The triumphal arch, such as the one that our president wants to build now...
Antiquitech. Yes, as in antique tech. Tea Time T says, where's he reading that the building only lasted 15 years? Wikipedia says it was finished in 1899 and part of it was demolished in 1928. Most of it lasted until 1976. Oh wow, this guy's either being deceptive or he's incapable of having reading comprehension in his quote-unquote research? I'm shocked!
Was never...
I'm not shocked.
Just a triumphal arch. And we see examples today, as I've shown, such as here in Milan, Italy. Huge. Like, this thing's huge. At least 100, maybe 125. Not shocking, not even slightly reaching. These were never freestanding units. We also see it in the past. This is a World's Fair, we're told. I don't believe that. But what was this? I think more like...
I don't believe it. All right, you're dumb. Congrats. Jesse, with 19 months of membership on YouTube, says, oh, hi, Witch Hannah. Sorry I'm late. I'm bad at how this works. We got one kid, Manila Esqualade. Want to add another? Sure. Chocolate. Lincoln Continental. Lennon Cat says, horseshoe magnets are to give your horse the spider climb ability so they can run off walls. Oh, that's actually a fun magical item idea. Horseshoe magnet, or magnet horseshoes as an item you can put on your horse if your character has a mount. And then that's actually a fun idea. Someone steal that. Someone steal that idea.
Likely a
spider horse,
stadium, and this arch is just the entrance to the building again. The entrance to the building. So pretty awesome. Tell me your thoughts. Am I making sense here? Were you one of the people, perhaps, that believed that they were horseshoe magnets? Everything's on the table.
Everything's on the table when you're too stupid to know how anything works. You might want to develop some heuristics. Life would be a nightmare without them.
I
I mean, it's a nightmare with them, too, but there are degrees.
Conclude nothing, only propose. But what is an absolute fact is that they were entrances to buildings. So let's take a pause and look at something else. Okay, I wanted to share some more about the lighthouses that I discussed in a past video. Some more insights have developed, but I want to do it justice and not rush it. So I think we'll just finish off with this demolished station, and only this one of 2 arches remain. So here must be the other one. Horse and wagon time here. Here we go. Horse and wagonage, poop in the streets, and brick streets. Such an
Apparently Bernoulli, yes, this one invented the horseshoe magnet. Wow, Bernoulli, I've heard so much of his elementary school administration.
abundance in this time period. Let's brick it and then
Principal.
Poop on it. Look at this building. Are you
Poop on it.
grokking this? This building.
Ulted Undying says, I was running a Pendragon game. One of the players won a Fey horse at a tournament with the Fey. She was a Kelpie and could stick to things and only ate meat. That's pretty cool.
And then poop on it. Look at this building. Are you grokking this? This building.
Are you grokking this?
These people. So, I don't know. I think everybody
See you, we wanna be. We're gonna be done soon anyway. Good to see ya. Should be back tomorrow.
watching knows how I feel. The story is not true. This is the work of a fine people, a people that surpassed us in many ways. And this is old and left over. And what would we do? We would demolish it in 1928.
Are they trying to make grokking a thing? No. Grok was a term already from some book. I don't remember which one. Prior to Elon doing the stupid AI thing. So it was already a term that was coming into some usage. And then Elon Musk called his AI Grok, and I feel like that kind of stopped its prevalence expanding within the English language. Pretty much just crazy breaks on that one.
Who would ever demolish
Stranger in a Strange Land? Thank you.
such a thing unless it was part of an agenda? Columbus Union Station was a train station in Columbus, Ohio. The station served railroad passengers in Columbus from 1851 to 1977. That must be when it became a park. First station building was the first Union station in the world. Unbelievable. Look at this. Here's the former Union Station in Portland, Maine. So here we go. Roll up to the castle with the horse to board a train. Come on.
What come on? What do you mean come on? What are you talking about?
Station in Portland, Maine. So here we go. Roll up to the castle with the
Not a castle, it's a train station. Again, he sees any brick or stone building and his head goes, castle? No! Not everything made of stone is a castle, you idiot. Look up the definition of castle, you fuck.
horse to board a train. Come on.
What do you mean, come on? Yes, it's a train station. You get there on a horse or you walk or something and then you board the train. None of what you just said is crazy. None of what you just said is unlikely or weird. You have destroyed your mind with the internet and indulged your fucking parts of your brain that give you dopamine until you've constructed an entire alternate reality around yourself so you can sit at your computer and look at pictures and hit the dopamine button over and over again so you can imagine that you're some masterful genius working on some solution to an ultimate problem no one even knows exists. You're just living in a Skinner box of your own design and you're trapped in it like a prison and you don't even know. You don't even know that with which you have done to yourself. So things are going great. Lennon Cat says a car ride to the airport. Come on.
one of many, the Union stations. Its replacement was built from 1870.
As opposed to my Skinner box, which is very good, and no one should comment on.
73 to 1875. So in 2 years, they built this replacement. And then a third one, a new station. And that's the one that was built by this man,
Good mustache.
Daniel Burnham. New station open.
I will say this about Gen Z. Gen Z has brought mustaches back. And I do hope as they continue to get older and older, Gen Z, by the time they're in their like 40s, continue the mustache trend, but they like get really bushy mustaches. Like old-timey mustaches. I hope Gen Alpha brings sideburns back. Like big old sideburns, like Ambrose Burnside sideburns.
Opens, this one here on the right, in 1897. In 1897, it's finished. And by 1928, they're...
Do I not remember the mustache trend of the 2010s? No, see, that was countercultural. That was not even countercultural as much as it was like a subculture. That was a hipster thing. Among Gen Z, mustaches are not a hipster thing. It's just a thing. It's just a thing people have. It's not ironic. The thing about hipster mustaches was there was a level of irony. Gen Z mustaches, not ironic. They are sincere mustaches. Human psychology is insane, and I hate thinking about human thought. What does any of this mean? It's fucking hair!
Demolishing it.
Ironic hairdos. Our stupid monkey brains.
Really? Passenger service had declined. It was demolished in 1976. It was demolished in 1928, and parts of it remained. They finished it off to make way for a new convention center, even though it had been placed on the National Register of Historic...
Carpkosian says, you know about Ambrose Burnsides? I have approximate knowledge of many things.
Places 2 years prior. So wrap your head around that. They appreciated it, and then they demolished it. A portion of the arcade was saved. Just a little piece. It's like they know damn well how gorgeous it was. They just saved a little piece. Here we go. The Union Station Arch in the park, sitting by itself. Nobody would know that a mega building was attached to this. So consider that now. All the monuments, certainly all the arches, total BS. It's like, why? I think a sliver of compassion must come over somebody to just save one little piece. Maybe a trophy. Maybe like saving a scalp. This is an architectural scalping.
Danny Boy says, I find your misanthropy to be mildly therapeutic. Let me back up from myself as a caricature for a second to be clear about something. I am not in actuality as a real person a misanthrope. The way that I act on stream I think is funny. I'm trying to entertain you guys. I think the concept of a character that is watching conspiracy theories all the time, getting more and more frustrated with the absurdity of the human thought process, to be funny. I am not actually going insane. I am not... This is a show, guys. I am... Okay. I just want to be clear. I don't want you to think I'm some piece of shit that hates everyone or thinks everyone sucks. Like, I get frustrated and depressed, but, like... That's the joke. Okay, continue. Dillis says, I want hats and brooches back for men and women. I demand the Trilby fedora lose its affiliation with those people. And men used to wear brooches. Straight men used to have fashion.
You almost can't imagine the building, right? Without seeing it. And we saw it. Here again. Unbelievable. What did the inside look like? Just so much building. Here we can see it on stilts. They actually had to move it around. And here it is resting at the new location. Unbelievable. So what do you think? Do you build something like this in such an early time period only to demolish it like 20 years later? Does that sound right? Can we
Yeah, sometimes, man.
use common sense? Or are we...
Common sense, you know. Like making a YouTube channel about how train stations are a conspiracy.
Loud? You must remember your schooling had nothing to do with common sense. It was like, here's what we tell you, and we're gonna test you, and you tell us exactly what we told you. This is not learning. This is indoctrination. And it's
Teaching is indoctrination.
the only way it would work. Otherwise, people would figure
Indoctrination just means someone teaching something you don't like.
it out.
It's not the literal definition. It's how it gets used a lot, though.
It's in plain sight. It's everywhere. And yet, without unlocking the mind, it remains invisible. So I think that's all I've got this week. I thank you for joining me. I love you all. God bless. And I'll see you in the next one.
All right. So that's another Tinfoil Tuesday in the books. Thank you, everyone, for hanging out. I appreciate y'all in your company. Had a lot of fun, like always. Let's see who we're going to raid on Twitch, shall we? Doot, 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 doot. Who are we going to raid? What about Surus? Is Surus just starting? Oh, is Surus away from the thing? No, not just starting, but going for 5 hours. Surus on like a break, away, AFK. Okay. We'll do... What's this?
He looked like such a fucking toddler when he like gave a thumbs up and...
Video hell system, men's butt night returns. Sure, that sounds good. All right, I'll see you tomorrow. Have a great night, everyone. And yeah, see you then. We'll probably be doing Sovereign Citizens. Cameron brought on a guest who turned out to be a 21-year-old sovereign citizen who has a 2-year-old. And it's a lot. So we might be doing a Sovereign Citizen Spotlight tomorrow on that. Catch up with Cameron and unfortunate young adult making very bad decisions. So, all right, have a great night. See y'all soon, and be cool. Don't be misanthropic. Just because I make jokes about it, you should love people. We're all people, man. We're all we got. Like, this is it. I know it's frustrating and silly, but like, you know, you can't really judge people based on judgments that are formed by your own human brain in that way. I hope that the way that I act on stream does not actively depress people. I'm trying to be funny. I'm sorry. My sense of humor is just a little fucked up. All right, I'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.